Aloha. Aloha, cult members. This is your vegan cult leader, Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Many anti-vegans have accused us over the years, us vegans, for being a cult. And we have long denied that because on the face of it, it sounds absolutely ludicrous and just completely false. But it turns out we were lying all those years. Turns out we are actually a cult, and it also turns out that all these years I've been disguising myself as a non-cult leader, but I'm actually the vegan cult leader. So welcome everyone, and if you're new, you can see how vegans are a cult, and you can talk to an actual cult leader here. Just kidding, this is just an inside joke that our live stream audience and I are in on. In fact, if you want to get one of our vegan cult member shirts, let me know. I'll put a link down in the live chat for you. But good to see everyone. This is in all honesty here, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan doing my weekly Friday live stream. Not a cult leader, not a cult or anything like that, but anyway, we joke around with that all the time. So good to see all our fellow cult members / happy fam channel members here, and everyone too. Good to see you guys here waiting for me to come on my regular Friday live stream. So in case you're new or not aware, this is something we do every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I try to do other midweek live streams, even though I haven't got around to them, on different days and different times. So you can always bank on this one. I haven't missed a Friday live stream in quite a long time. I think maybe a couple years ago, like our wedding anniversary or something was on a Friday night, so we missed it. But other than something like major like that, I am here streaming and chatting with y'all. So this is a Q&A where you can ask an actual vegan of almost 12 years any question you would like to ask within reason. Let's keep it, let's not get too gnarly or overly personal or anything like that. And you can leave super chat tips like Han Solo's cousin just did. Thank you so much, Han Solo's cousin. As Han Solo, as Jordan says, all hail vegan cult leader Ryan. Yes, I'm back to admitting I am the cult leader. I can't deny that. Anyway, thanks so much. Yeah, you can leave super chat tips there where you can get your message displayed all prominently for everyone to see, and I'll see it too, because sometimes we get up to about 100 people on these live streams, which ain't a lot. I see live streams with like thousands and thousands of people, but after about like 60 people, 50 people, it's hard to see all the comments. I have no idea how these guys with like hundreds or thousands of live viewers handle it all. It must be complete chaos. But anyway, it's one way to get your message right in front of my eyeballs, and also just a way if you just want to donate or express some gratitude for our being here on YouTube now for since 2013. So we've been hardcore vegan activists all this time. Han Solo's cousin, thanks again for our second super chat tip. And there's two ways to leave it. Would you say this? You can be vegan at any age. Yeah, Jordan, Han Solo's cousin, is 14 years old, showing that you can be a vegan at any age. And it's not just my word or Jordan's word. We could look at like position papers of health organizations from around the world which say being vegan is really dangerous if you're a teenager. Said none of them whatsoever. And also, if you want to leave a different kind of super chat tip, I put the link to Streamlabs. Hopefully our bot is going to work today. I tried to do some stuff before the live stream. We'll see if it starts chatting. It didn't chat last week. But anyway, what was I going to say? Let's see. Oh yeah, this is another way you can leave a super chat tip. What's cool about Streamlabs is that they don't take a cut. YouTube takes 30% of all the super chat tips, which is fine. I can live with that. But anyway, if you want to make sure that us, the creators, get it all, if you ever see anyone, just me, and not only me, but any content creator on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, Streamlabs is the way to go. And I have it pinned at the very top of this live stream, so in the top of the live chat, so you can click that any time in case my bot continues to not chat again. I thought it was just a fluke last week, so we'll see if it gets going or not. It might take 5 minutes or so for it to get going. We'll see. Anyway, good to see you all. Yeah, Han Solo's cousin. As you know, we know veganism is all about the animals. It's not an environmental movement, even though it has environmental implications. It's not a health fad thing, even though it has implications upon health. It's not a economic theory as some anti-vegans have put out there. It's not a theory of perfection and zero waste and zero harm and zero impact. It affects all these things, and typically in a good way, in a positive way. But it's really, as Jordan says, Han Solo's cousin says, thanks again for that super chat tip too. Veganism is really simple. It's a really super simple concept, in case you're new. It's all about not harming the animals. It's about the animals. And what about them? It's loving them. And if, say, you're not an animal lover type, I know a few vegans who don't really like animals that much, but at least it's about having enough compassion in your heart to not harm the animals, because you wouldn't want to be harmed. You wouldn't want other people, to be harmed. And people have rights, and vegans simply believe some rights that humans have, not all of them, but some rights extend to animals. Basic rights, not like voting and stuff like that, citizenship. We're not talking about all rights that humans have, but we're talking about rights to not have your whole life be exploited by humans, typically for a for-profit motive. And ultimately killing an innocent sentient being needlessly. So anyway, hey Peter, thanks. I saw that link you left me for that Piers Morgan billions of bees thing. I tried to click it, it didn't work, and I refreshed my browser, and then your chat comment went away. That happens on the live stream preview page, the page that I launched, that we're watching right now. But before I launch, actually go live, the comments kind of come and go, so I lost that comment. So it happens, So yeah, I heard about that. I'll check it out. Maybe if you can send it again, Peter, I'll copy it now, and that'll be a great video for me to respond to. And I apologize, guys. I didn't make a video this week. I don't know if you guys heard, but yeah, it's been super hot here on the West Coast. Some meteorologists have proclaimed this the worst, the hottest heat wave ever here in the West Coast in California. So it's been a rough week. Even though we do have air conditioning, it's not for the entire house. It's like on a per room basis. So even though, I can turn it on like right now to cool things off, as soon as I leave the room, it's it's horrible out there. So it's been rough. It's been tougher to do things. It's made things more complicated. And hey Jordan, thanks for some more super chat tips there. Thank you. A chubby vegan? Yeah, totally nothing wrong with being a chubby vegan. It's like being vegan is not a weight loss diet. I get bummed out. Like, did you guys, and go vegan everyone, Han Solos, because I agree 100%. Go vegan everyone. Speaking of which, and weight loss, did you guys hear about Zac Efron is not vegan anymore? I didn't even know that guy was vegan. And, like, he really cares about the rights of animals. Maybe he does. I'm not making fun of him or anything. I just thought he was one of those guys. He has a really shredded body, right? I just figured if he was eating a vegan diet, he was eating a vegan diet. So my guess is so he could probably, maintain that shredded youthful physique he has. And now he's like 30 something. I know Hollywood would like him to have the physique he had at 18 forever, to typecast him in the roles that he's typecast into. But I was saying, he was, my guess is, I'll read more into the story. Angie sent me the link today. I'm guessing he was probably following a vegan diet to look shredded for his job. Again, veganism is not about being shredded or being skinny or anything like that, or chubby. You could be anything vegan. You could be medium vegan. It's about not harming animals. People in the media misunderstand it and make it so difficult. Piers and Zac broke your brain today, Sage. Did any of you guys know? Was not Piers, but Zac really a vegan, or was he just following a vegan diet? And the media doesn't understand that distinction between a vegan diet and being vegan. Like, do you guys know if Zac Efron really was an ethical vegan? Because Angie was reading me some of the comments where he said something like, I enjoy eating organ meats. Like, things that no vegan would ever say, which makes me think he just moved on from one trendy thing. He got into veganism or vegan diets and go vegan and get shredded or ripped. He probably heard some nonsense like that and then moved on to something else. On Fu Man Poo, I saw some of your comments before I came on. Sounds like you're having a rough day here, or maybe a rough week. But I did go to the post office and got your, I'll cover your address here, got your letter finally. So we'll open that up in a sec. I haven't opened it. I just got it like an hour and a half or two ago. to much risk of my life. The weather was getting crazy. Like, we've had this heat wave now for over a week, and then a hurricane hit Baja California, just south of California, and it's still a tropical storm here in Southern California. The winds were like going nuts. It was crazy. It's a little better now, but I seem to pick the worst time to be out on the roads to go to the post office. Thanks again, Jordan. People who say fish don't feel pain, watch Seaspiracy. Everyone should just watch Seaspiracy if you haven't already, whether you're a vegan or a pescatarian or a vegetarian or omnivore or whatever. Just watch Seaspiracy. But yeah, fish feel pain. Why wouldn't fish feel pain? They have all the necessary body parts, the hardware to feel pain that we have. They have central nervous systems. They have brains and eyes and ears, and they have the capacity to feel pain. Who would think, why would a fish not feel pain? Are fish just plastic? Yeah, there's plastic fish, obviously non-living fish, but no, living fish are living fish. Living fish feel pain. They're animals. They're not like, sticks or rocks or something like that. Anyway. Yeah, on solos. Yeah, I made certain to not show Fu Manchu's address. But anyway, I think there's so much, speaking some photography jargon, it's just like, so overexposed right here. Not enough contrast to really make out his address here. And Fu Manchu, I saw your writing was, it's a little hard to read. So I'm not saying that in a bad way. I don't think anyone will be able to figure out your address. I'd be extremely shocked. I apologize if so, but I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, I'll open it up. I'm really curious. I think you sent a photo, didn't you? Let's check it out. And can I share the photo, Fu Manchu? Let me know if that is, if you give permission for me to do such. So I want to see this photo you sent. And you're out in Florida, right? Just like Graven Babies and a few other of our followers. Johnny Bravo is from there, but not living there right now. Let's see. So I know, but yeah, 3 longtime viewers in Florida. You're going to send me something, Jordan? Awesome. All right, Fu Manchu. Wow, okay, let's see. I didn't get a good look at it yet, but there's a photo of Fu Manchu in front of a giant lobster. Let me see what's going on here. Nothing but the highest level of tech from your cult man in the Keys. Fu. Peace. Highest level of tech, meaning like a color Xerox kind of photocopy thing. This is awesome. Hey, it's 2022. We can do whatever we want, right? But that's what Fu Manchu looks like. If you could see, let me put it back here, where here it's out of focus, here it's more in focus, but smaller, but that's as clear as I think I can get it. Put it in the same focus plane as my face here. And that's Fu in front of a giant lobster in the Keys. I guess they're not. I guess that lobster is there not because it's cute and people love lobsters, just because they're so cool, but because they probably want to eat them. So yeah, Jordan, thanks for the super chat to begin. Yeah, please send something. Yeah, you have our address, right? You sent us something before, didn't you? I'm having trouble remembering things right now. Not because I'm vegan and I'm degenerating or deteriorating, just because I told you it's been a rough week of heat waves and it's been hard to just keep it together the past few days. But the weather forecasters say it's passing. The rain's going to clear the heat out, and it's going to be a lot nicer starting tomorrow. P.S. What are you talking about? Is anyone here vegan but not insufferably woke? What are you talking about? I don't understand. Can you be clear? I know what woke means, and it's typically now used in a negative way, often by the right-wing side of life. Not to say that's what you are, but let me know what you mean. What do you mean? Vegan and not woke. What does that mean? How does veganism have any necessary, essential connection to woke or wokeism? Please explain it to me, because it's not obvious. You can be vegan and totally oblivious about social matters that you should be, and justice matters you should be. I'm just not sure what you're trying to say. Are you trying to implicate veganism with some kind of lefty thing or something like that? It's a liberal thing or something like that? Because just stop if you're going down that road. I know vegans of every political persuasion. In fact, I don't want. Just let me know what you're thinking. Okay, Pish, you know it has nothing to do with veganism. Then why are you coming here and saying, is anyone here vegan but not woke? So how do you said you understand they are two separate things. Then why, then how does that, how do you, what is the word how does that relate to your first question then? It seems like you're contradicting yourself. P.S. Wow, you are truly insufferable, most of you. No, we just want you to be clear. This is P.S. Maybe you're new to the live streams here, and let me just tell you one thing. We don't appreciate people just coming here and just talking crap and throwing poop on the wall. I'm a philosopher by training. I'm a philosophy PhD dropout. We come here and present clear, concise arguments. We don't like to speak in contradiction as you are saying, vegan, are anyone here vegan but not woke? Then you said you understand they're separate concepts, or just be clear. If you have something you want to say, when I'm saying PS, if you have something you want to say, speak it clearly, but don't twist it in kind of riddles like you're Jordan Peterson or something like that. Flowery, ambiguous wording. Speak very clearly like I am. I'm speaking very clearly and concisely. I'm not trying to hide my meanings or anything like that. So if you have something negative you want to say about veganism, tell me, PS. I can handle it. I'm not a baby. Just tell me what you want to say. If you have something negative, and look at the title of this live stream. It says debunk veganism. So if you have something negative you want to say, get it out there. All right? I'm not accusing anyone of right-wing, PS. I'm just saying, if you have something negative you want to say about veganism, please speak it to me. Instead of complaining about people in the chat or moderators or whatever political blah blah, just tell me. Speak very clearly. Debunk veganism, or tell me your problem with veganism, and we will go from there. If you can't do that, you might want to go to another live stream that lets you speak in ambiguous, vague, Jordan Peterson kind of riddles. All right, we don't put up with that here. Hey, I love you too, Jordan. Me and Angie love you too, Jordan. That's so awesome. Yeah, we love you too. And we love how you and your mom went vegan for you or with you. That is just so supportive, and that touches our hearts in this cruel, sad world that we find ourselves in so often. It's good to see some positive things like that. It gives me a little more optimism. So anyway, trapped in the matrix. I'm woke, but I'm going to sleep soon. P.S. P.S. One last warning. Don't attack our viewers. Talk to me. Our viewers are upset because you're violating the rules that we have. Let me show you the rules. Okay? Just in case you're new here, as I don't remember you. Let's look at the rules here. Be civil. No personal attacks. That's the first thing you're doing right there. You're bordering on not being civil, but you're doing personal attacks by trying to say we're woke or something like that and saying that in a negative way. And then when trying to debunk veganism, only one claim at a time.
I'm a vegan Republican who is also a gun enthusiast. Who doesn't hunt, obviously. So what?
All right, so did you hear that? Farmed and Dangerous, one of our channel members here. Thanks for the super chat tip there, too, on Streamlabs. I'm glad it's working, even though our bot seems to have the night off again, our Streamlabs bot, who's supposed to help us. Anyway, yeah, you're a vegan Republican. So what do you think about that, PS, since you think we're all a bunch of hardcore left-wing liberals or whatever you think? Vegan Republican, and also a gun enthusiast who doesn't hunt, obviously. Like, so what? Yeah, so what's your point? So see... P.S. You're on. P.S. Stop defending yourself. Stop being triggered. And again, you're on thin ice here. I want you to follow my rule here. This is my live stream. That's why I make the rules. The rule is to tell me your complaint here. Don't complain about the audience here, the live chatters. Don't complain about my moderators. Please, just tell me, what is your problem with veganism? Be clear. If I see one more complaint, I'm going to put you in timeout because you're not following my directions. I run the show here. If you're going to debunk veganism, you're going to do it on my terms. Oh, you're going to leave. So you didn't even never state your point. You just came here, accused us of being woke, fought with people and moderators, and then didn't even say why you dislike or debunked veganism. Jeez. wow, you can't even formulate a clear thought. You're unable. You have no ability to make just a simple, clear thought stating your problem with veganism. All you come and say, oh, you guys are all woke and I don't like you guys. That's it. I'm being very polite. Speak your words here, man. Jeez. Yeah, and as Grayman Baby says, yeah, we don't suffer fools. You don't have to. Let's see. Oh, Han Solo's cousin, thanks again for your super chat tips there. Thanks so much. Yeah, your mom who went vegan with you to support you, which is so amazing. Yeah, she loves animals, so she became vegan. So did I. And this is what Angie and I were talking about this too. We're like talking about some musicians. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to call any bands out or anything like that. But they try to put it out there that they're animal lovers. They they express how much like animals. Maybe they go and help animals or something like that. Yet they're not vegan. Like, how can you love animals and then like 10 minutes later go order a hamburger? Like, if you truly love animals, you should not have to eat them. You shouldn't eat them because you don't have to. There's no necessity requiring humans to eat meat or dairy or whatever. You don't need to eat plants, and so that's cool. I'm glad a lot of us here realize if we are truly not hypocritical, if we truly love animals, we don't eat them. How can you eat something you love unless you just love the taste of it? But then you wouldn't say I love animals. That would make you really weird. Anyway, that's awesome, Han Solo's cousin. Go vegan, P.S. I don't think vegan can go, P.S. can go vegan, Han Solo's cousin, because, hey, Vegan 1080p became a channel member. Awesome. I don't think P.S. can go vegan because he can't even form a clear, concise, simple thought, So, he's already gone, or she, whatever. He or she is already gone. Yeah, Sarah. He or P.S. just wasn't clear about what he was asking. Yeah, I was curious too. Like, why did he get all triggered and defensive? Just tell us what your problem was with veganism. And yeah, again though, yeah, 1080p. Thanks for joining the happy fam. And you see now, you got the little badge, the green names, and you have some special emoticons. I don't know if you noticed those yet. They have like me and Angie's faces, and they're in there. So check it out. And I'm sorry we didn't do a live stream for the happy fam this week. Like I said, just this week was just crazy. They had an email hack happen on Wednesday, so I spent all day dealing with that. Basically, I had a lot of weird issues, so it was just a rough little week for us. Hey, thanks, Han Solo's cousin. Yes, welcome 1080p, vegan 1080p, to the happy fam. That's what we're known here. And a little, and we call ourselves Happy Fam, but sometimes we jokingly refer to ourselves as vegan cult members. That you're officially in the vegan cult if you become a Happy Fam, basically. And yeah, I'm the cult leader, Robs. So anyway. So welcome to the Happy Fan. Thanks for all the super chat tips there. You're just solely are supporting us. You and Farm to Dangerous supporting us tonight on our live stream. So thank you so much. And considering we didn't put out any videos this week, so we didn't make any money really on any new videos. So thanks for helping us to just continue to keep the lights on and pay our bills and everything. Thank you so much. Profit. Yeah. Han Solo's cousin knows very well. Yeah, Streamlabs, doesn't take a cut of the donations, but he might not be able to do it. It takes a little more. You have to, give them a separate credit card, separate from YouTube. So, if this is what he's, if this is working for him, this is cool. I, appreciate it, and it's all good. I leave both options up. YouTube and Streamlabs, whatever you are more comfortable using. Great. I appreciate all support. Seriously, I truly do. Yeah, Fu Man Poo. Hackers should be hung by their nets. How about our email hack? And I don't think we were hacked per se. You ever get one of those emails where we used to get them years ago? I haven't got one for a couple years where saying, yeah, we know your, for this email address of yours, here's your password, and we know you've been watching naughty porn because I have control of your webcam. They sent this to Angie, who doesn't do anything of this sort. But anyway, we laughed at that, but we were getting all these returned emails. So apparently what I think happened is, if you leave your, there's data breaches and stuff like that, when you sign up for, with online web services and stuff like that, credit card company, who knows, all sorts of any login you have, there's breaches because their security often sucks. So I think that's what happened. So unfortunately, nothing really terrible happened, but I really spent the whole day just on our server and trying to fix things, even on tech support with our hosting provider. It sucked. But anyway, we are good now. For the most part, I set up a few filters to stop all the bounced emails from bombarding her inbox. Anyway. Let's see, Dr. Barry, how's it going? I'm sorry I haven't said hi to everyone yet, too. I know why I'm going on. AJ Vintage, everyone's here today. What's that, Dr. Bear? This week you watched a creationist debate a scientist, and it made you glad I don't do debates. Yeah, debates are just fights, typically. I'm about trying to arrive at truth. That's what I care about. I'm a philosopher by nature. I'm not a boxer or something like that, trying to just knock the other guy out. And who cares? You could have truth with you, but if you get knocked out because you're not a great debater or you weren't as prepared, it seems like your side is not true. But no, I'm all about trying to arrive at truth. So it was all about who was louder, quicker, not who actually used evidence and reason. Yeah, often that's how debates degenerate. Not to say all do. It depends on who are the participants. Are they capable of being, fact-based and logic-based rather than shouting-based? He who shouts the loudest winneth the debate kind of thing. Yeah, most people on YouTube have not a lot of ability to debate. Fu Bamboo, does anybody know why we are here? I don't know if there's an answer to the why on that. I don't know. Yeah, I thought I saw you talking about existentialism earlier. I'm not too familiar with existentialism. Oh, we got one through. Oh, you did it. Let's see. Did you? Oh, you did. Oh, Jordan. Okay. We should comment there in a second. But Heidegger, the German pre-existentialist philosopher, he has a phrase that goes, thrown into being with no desire to be, meaning you just kind of find ourselves here in whatever circumstance we happen to find ourselves in. Who our parents are, we didn't choose. Where we are in the world, where we are in time, and we're just thrown into being, and we're trying to make our best of it. Hey, thanks for that really super nice super chat tip there, like 2 in 1 there. Let's see, veganism, it's a philosophy. Yes, that's what we say all the time here. Veganism, let's see if I have it memorized. I'm not even going to look. Veganism is a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. Yeah, got it pretty close. I saw that Lifting Vegan Logic made a video. I didn't watch it yet. I just saw him promoting it on Twitter, how he's not a big fan of the Vegan Society's definition. I'll watch his video. Like I've said before, I don't think any definition of veganism is perfect. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. And I think for our purposes here on the Friday live streams, I think the Vegan Society's definition has so many strengths that it shows the essential aspects of veganism. That it's not about, the environment. It's not about perfection. It's not about zero harm or something like that. It's about the animals. It's basically don't exploit the animals. That's the essence of veganism. Don't exploit the animals. It's not about being healthy. You can be healthy, like I said. I just like how it just narrows it down. Here's what veganism is. And I like as far as possible and practical. Yeah, if you're on a desert island, stranded, you might not be able to be vegan. I like how they make that really clear. Hey, Vegan Metalhead.
That's only super chat from me tonight. Enjoy it, and it doesn't suck being vegan.
Hey, thanks so much there, Vegan Metalhead, for that. I'm going to be my own bot tonight. Since my bot is screwed, I'm going to just paste our link to Streamlabs periodically. Yeah, the bot would do it every 7 minutes or so, but I'll do it. It's still in my copy paste because I pinned it to the top of this live stream. What's that, Fu Man? Every now and then you start tripping on the seeming meaningless absurdity of existence. I know exactly what you mean, Fu. I've came to the conclusion that, at least for me, I don't think I'm ever going to fully understand what it's all about, why we're here or anything like that. I mean, I have some some hunches, I guess, but I don't know if they're right. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really change how I live, whether, the cosmos began a Big Bang 15 billion years ago or were created by a deity. It doesn't really matter to me. It's not going to change how I live. I'm still going to be who I am. I'm still going to be a good person. At least I think I'm a good person. I'm still going to be vegan. I'm still going to treat animals and people as compassionately as I can. It's not going to change anything about what I do. So I'm trying to say, I try not to worry about the why or anything, because it's not going to really affect what I do. It's not going to really affect me. I'm still going to keep on. I'm not doing things because I'm expecting a reward in an afterlife. And again, I'm not like trying to make fun of religion or anything like that. I'm just saying, it's not going to change. Nothing's going to change. None of these answers I don't have answers. None of these questions I don't have answers to is not going to really affect who I am. Anyway. Let's see, Flying Fig. Here's another definition of veganism. Where'd you get this one, Flying Fig? Sounds good on the surface. Let me check it out again. A moral philosophy which seeks to extend basic human rights to non-human sentient beings. Yeah, that's cool. I guess it's kind of vague in the sense about what basic human rights. But I agree with you. I was talking about this earlier. We believe animals have some of the rights that humans have. Not all. We don't want to register them to vote or require them to get licenses for various things, or just basic rights. But I guess, it's a good definition. However, it doesn't have the as far as possible and practicable part, meaning like if you're on a desert island and you don't want to die, you want to make it back home to your wife and kids or whoever, you might not be able to be vegan for a temporary amount of time because you don't have options. That's what's missing from that definition. If you take that definition literally, it could mean if you're on a desert island, you just gotta die, or something like that. I'm not saying that's what it means for sure, but it kind of leaves that open. And that's what I like about the Vegan Society's definition. It's being pretty clear that veganism is not requiring you to die or asking you to die if you can't buy plants or something like that, So, you can water fast for a while, produce not pills, but like say your rescue takes longer than a few weeks or months, you're not going to make it, But yeah, I would try something like that first. I would try as long as I can, but after it comes a point, you want to go home. You don't want to leave your wife stranded, with a dead husband or something like that. Not just saying I'm looking forward to get stranded on a desert. I'm just saying you don't have the options when you're stranded on a desert island that I have right now here in civilization. Okay, Flying Fig, that's a definition from Lifting Vegan Logic. And he has an issue with the practicable part. Well, what does he think? I should watch him. Does he think if you're on a desert island, you should, if there's no vegan options, you should just die? That's what I disagree with. I don't believe on a desert island we should die as far as possible and practicable. Even the Vegan Societies, we'll go on to that. I should talk to him about that. Don Jackson, thoughts on Queen of England passing. I'm sad because it's a human passing away, a human that is much loved by people in her country and all around the world. Someone I've heard about my entire life. I don't put her on a pedestal, and I don't think of her as like some, whatever, like, oh my God, but I don't look down on her. Some people are all pissed off, like, I don't give a crap. I mean, it is, what it is kind of, it's, the Queen of England, who's been queen for 70 years or something like that, passed away. It's a big deal. I don't think it's going to change many of our lives much, but yeah, it's sad to see someone, who to pass away. I just missed a super chat tip there, Jared. Every time I try to get my friend to taste some of my plant-based tacos, he goes off on a tangent how the Illuminati World Economic Forum wants us to eat bugs and Bill Gates owns most of the farmland. Well, if that's true about Bill Gates owning most of the farmland, ask your friend, what is most of the food grown on the farmland here in the United States used for? It's used for feed crops for livestock. So if anything, Bill Gates is supporting the livestock industry because that's what most of our farmland is being used for here. So that's a ridiculous argument. There's no sign whatsoever that the world elite wants us to go vegan. When was the last time you saw like a president of the United States, Biden or Trump or Obama or Clinton or George W. When was the last time you saw one of them say, hey guys, we need to go vegan? I mean, that's ridiculous. There's no agenda. In fact, our government subsidizes the meat and dairy and egg industries. They don't subsidize like Beyond Meat. They don't subsidize the broccoli industry or something like that. It's ridiculous. They might subsidize feed crops or livestock as far as like plants goes, but they don't make, it's to make meat cheaper. It's not, food that we're going to eat, plants that we're going to eat. They don't do anything to subsidize plants to be cheaper, as far as I know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Yeah, Griffin babies. Yeah, you're right. I think it's about 4 or 5 billion years. The sun's going to expand. It's going to swallow up Mercury, Venus, and eventually Earth. And eventually the sun will lose all its fuel and be no more anyway. So I wouldn't, yeah. Everything is impermanent. That's a kind of a tenet of Buddhism. And I just kind of accept that, I guess. Maybe you should look into Buddhism. Maybe that kind of gives me a little bit more mental happiness, mental health, and this kind of like, just the bewildering universe we find ourselves in. It's always changing and, often not for the best, The Queen is married to her cousin? I have no idea how this works out. I don't know too much about them, about the royal family. Let's see, Fu Man, what can provide a modicum of meaning in this meaningless blob we are in? Well, I'll tell you what works for me. You've mentioned many times there's a Mrs. Pooh, right? I mean, finding someone that you want to spend the rest of your days with, someone that you enjoy being with so much that you want to be married to them and or span time with them a long time. That's something right there. Meaningful relationships. I think that is something to cherish and really truly value how important they are. Even if it's just one really good one. Now, that's all you really need. It's good to have more, but one really good one can take you pretty far, I think. Hey, Johnny, you can't wait to go home. Yeah, you're doing your military stuff. There's the longest you've been from home. Remember when you saw your family for the first time back in July? You cried like a baby. I can't say I blame you, man. Oh, that's so touching, Johnny. When you going back home? Yeah, the Queen lived to 96, which is pretty remarkable, too. I didn't even mention that. Yeah, 96 years old. Like, wow. Rubber? Fala Marie. I looked at the ingredients for Impossible Meat before. There's no rubber in it. I've shown the ingredients for Impossible Burgers a dozen times at least on my various videos throughout the years. You take it from me. There's no rubber. Do we need to go right now onto Google and look this up? There's no rubber in there. There's no rubber. Why would there's no rubber in Impossible Burgers? Okay, Johnny, going back in December to home. Wow, that's a long time. Oh my goodness. Wow. What's up, vegan days? According to astronomer Heather Cooper, we are star stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, vegans are just extra sparkly. Yeah, we elements in our bodies. Some are made here on Earth, and some cannot be manufactured on this planet. They're manufactured at extremely high temperatures, as in like stars and supernovas or whatever. So yeah, we are. There's a bit of truth to that for sure. Hey, did you think she was referring to Beyond Meat burgers? Yeah, I know Beyond makes a ton of products, but yeah, I've always looked up the ingredients for their flagship product, Beyond Burgers, and if there were rubber in them, I think I would have remembered seeing rubber. So ask her where she heard there was rubber, because anyone could say anything, right? And people, it's weird how people pick up on something that some random person said and they stick with it, and screw with people who actually know the truth. You know, they don't listen to them. They just stick with the uninformed rando that said some stupid thing, and they stick with it. That's probably what's going on there. Just take her to the Beyond Meat website, or just, if you have an old package, just look at the ingredients list. There's not rubber in there. That's ridiculous. Wow, so much chat going on here. I'm trying to keep up, guys. You guys are saying a lot here. Am I missing anything? Let me know. Peter, am I missing anything here? What's up, Peter? Like, people who say vaccines have computer chips in them. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people heard, yeah, they heard somewhere, like typically on like Facebook from their bizarre uncle. Yeah, the Bill Gates 5G microchips are in them jab shots. Don't get one. Like, and he's gonna track you. Like, no, he's tracking you with your freaking phone. You know, he's not. There's 5G in here, but there's not 5G in a shot. It just doesn't work like that. And yeah, they're tracking you. Google, Amazon and others are tracking you on these things, but they don't need a freaking vaccine. They already got you here. But people, they're not worried about this kind of tracking.
If you are a plant-right activist, then go vegan, because you will less plant.
Hey, Don Jackson, thanks for the super chat tip there. Hey, are you talking about someone in particular? Do we have a plant activist in here right now amongst our chatters here, and I didn't see him or her? Please let me know, Don, or anyone else, if there's a plant activist amongst us, because I would love to speak to this plant activist. Well, you can raise your hand, say, I'm the plant activist here. So let me know if we have a plant activist. But thanks so much, Don, for that. So I'm looking. Who is the plant activist? I'm an antenna. There's an antenna in here, that's for sure. I don't think there's any antennas in any vaccines. It just doesn't work that way. So anyway, who is the plant activist? Oh, Izzy. Is it Izzy Gonzalez? Izzy, I see people like Dr. Bear talking to you. What's Dr. Bear saying to Izzy Gonzalez? That's great, you're trying to go vegan. Just remember, there's nothing special about animal products. Oh, no. Every single essential nutrient can be found in plants. No, you're not the plant activist. Oh, Dawn, okay, there's not one here right now. I just thought maybe with our 85 plus chatters here, I missed the plant activist. Free Wi-Fi. I will say, yeah, my Wi-Fi has gotten a lot stronger since being vaccinated. So maybe there's some truth to that. But yeah, I do enjoy the plant activists when they come in. Flying Fig, Lifting Vegan Logic, watch Cosmic Skeptic speaking with Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson's carnivore daughter, August 18th vid, and he found it very bizarre that Cosmic Skeptic seemed to side with her on a particular thing. Huh, what was the thing? I mean, it's not surprising that you can agree with some points your opponent makes, but agree with them on the most essential things, you know? But yeah, I mean, usually when I'm having a discussion with someone, we can find some common points of agreement, but then really, you know, from there, move on to the more important core differences. But that's interesting. I wonder what he was in agreement with. What's that, Johnny? The only time you could go home for a bit is when you get a Red Cross massage. I saw someone ask you, what was that? Yeah, I was wondering that too. What is a Red Cross massage? I think I know what you're talking about. It's like, getting injured or killed, something like that. Is that what you're talking about? Veganpantry.com. If the Petersons can only eat beef and salt, are they vegan? Well, last time I checked, vegans don't eat beef because it's a kind of exploitation and cruelty to animals. Watch the vid for myself to check it out. Okay, Bob Hill has been saying some interesting anti-vegan things. If you want to respond, all right, Bob, what is your question here? Didn't you talk about pets before? Let me know, Bob. I thought it was you like a few weeks ago or a month ago. Why is it we hardly ever hear about veganism and pets? It seems many have stopped talking about animal enslavement because it is unpopular. So you're saying animal enslavement and owning a rescue cat from the shelter are one and the same, providing it with a wonderful life where it's protected and fed and given veterinary care and loved, treated like a family member, like a person, given rights. That is enslavement. You're going to have to do some explaining, because I'm not seeing the immediate connection between raising a cattle for slaughter, keeping it enslaved its entire life, and shooting it for profit so it can be sold as a business, and the cycle repeats. How is that the same as me like keeping a cat and treating it like like the Dalai Lama or a saint or a prince? Please explain that to me. Most vegans no longer speak out against buying pets from breeders. Well, I don't know who most vegans, but I'll come out right now and say, yeah, I'm against buying pets from breeders. If you need a pet, adopt one. Maybe a friend's pet just had babies, or you can go to a rescue shelter where an animal may be euthanized if it doesn't find a home, and give it a forever home and love it like your own child. So is that cool, Bob? Did I do what you want to do? You didn't make me do it. That's just my opinion. And I've had that opinion pretty much the entire time we've had our show. So you still haven't explained to me how raising animals for slaughter and eating them is the same as me adopting a cat from a rescue shelter and keeping it for the rest of its 15, maybe 20-year life and treating it like a prince every day. You gotta please explain the similarity there, because I'm not seeing how slaughtering an animal is the same as treating a cat like he were my flesh and blood son. So as Bob is getting his thought together, let's see what else is going on here. There's no need to breed animals. Just go down to any shelter in your cities and you'll see literally enough animals that have been abandoned or in need of homes that'll make you cry. I get really depressed when I go to these places. I just can't believe, why are these animals here for? Who didn't want their animal? I've seen people in my own neighborhood, when they leave, when they move their furniture and take their crap away, but they leave their pets behind. Like, I would never, it makes no sense. How can people be so heartless and cruel? It's depressing. So that's where we can step in, and others. You don't have to be vegan. If you need or want to get an animal companion to share your life with, get one that needs a home. You don't need some person to breed it and make money and exploit them. Just go get one that needs a home. That's fair. You notice the big vegan YouTubers no longer speak on that issue. It's mostly ignored because how is that an unpopular position? I would imagine, we could do a survey here, but I would imagine every vegan would be against breeders. I mean, let's do a survey here. Let me see if I can do it. I messed it up last time. Let's see. Ask a question. Are animal breeders doing a good thing? Meaning, like, would you adopt from one? Would you get one of their pets? Oh, let's do a survey here. All right, so if you want to do it, answer it here. We'll see how it's going here. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a baby dog. Get a senior dog, like Travis says. Yeah, whatever. And see, Fu Man, never saw the breeders, but the Pixies were great live. Yeah, I've seen the Pixies at least once, maybe twice in Hollywood. Yeah, it was the Pixies. I remember seeing the whole band, like Frank Black, Joey Santiago, and Kim Deal, and all them. Let's see how our poll is going. It's pretty much unanimous that Yeah, so Bob says it's an unpopular opinion. What I expressed about like 3 minutes ago, it's apparently not that unpopular. It seems like 9-1 seem to agree with what I said there. So it's not that unpopular, Bob. So I know it's a short sample, 30 votes in the past minute or so, but it just shows you what I'm speaking here. My personal opinion on the matter is not all that weird or out of line with how many other vegans think, Bob. So what do you think about that? Now that you saw in real time that the position I spoke of that you seem to agree with, or at least didn't dislike, seems to be the pretty much the opinion shared by like 90% of the people on this live stream. What do you think about that? Let's see. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how to end this poll. All right, I'm going to end the poll. Let's see. So, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Bob? Where are you, Bob? I need you here. So, let's see. Yeah, 90% no, 1% yes. To our animal breeders doing a good thing, would you get one of their pets? Or multiple. I don't know why I picked one. But anyway, what do you think about that, Bob? I think what I'm trying to show, I'm not trying to make fun of you, Bob. I'm just trying to show, I think what I said there is pretty much, the consensus amongst the vast majority of vegans. Don't support breeders. And if you must get an animal companion, adopt one, particularly one that is a rescue. What's that, Johnny? If someone ever did that to a dog, they'd see the soldier side come out of me. Nobody here would want that. Did what? What are you talking about? Graven Baby, is that Bob Hill? Are you the guy that was against people taking medication? I don't remember. I think he's come on many times, more than once, multiple times, and said some pretty like whoa kinds of things. Hey, Tanya Flynn, how's it going? Let's see. That is kind of surprising, though, that 10% at Dr. Bear are more or less defending dog breeders. I'm a little shocked. I'm not going to make any comment on that, but I'm a little surprised. I didn't make that poll to like shame anyone. I just wanted to show Bob that my position, which I've had consistently for pretty much the whole time about this channel, is not a bizarre aberration. It's like a majority opinion of most vegans. Majority opinion. Okay, Bob. No, he's against taking medication himself. Others can do what they want. That's good. I'm glad you're not fascist about your beliefs. That's great. Hey, Metalhead. Didn't I see you earlier, Metalhead? We have the vegan metalhead and vegan metalhead. So I get confused sometimes. My bad. Vegan metalhead without the. Hey, Emily, thanks for joining us tonight. That's weird, Johnny. You feel like a different person when you're in your soldier's uniform, but when you're in civilian clothes, you feel like a normal human being. I guess that's what military training does. It tries to, at least when you have your uniform on, you're not Johnny anymore. You're someone else. It's kind of trying to reprogram you a little bit. Not saying that's a good or bad thing. Just trying to. What I think was the purpose of military training, besides the physical training aspects too. I mean, it's just necessary, I guess. You got to be able to operate cohesively, right? If everyone's like an individual doing their own thing, and it's not going to work. Graven Babies has a rescue pug. See, our cats were rescues. Got them from the animal companion rescue village here in Long Beach. Sarah, you feel like a different person when you're wearing makeup. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, not to say I wear makeup or anything like that, but yeah, I understand. Like Angie, when I see her putting her face on, she doesn't put that much makeup on. She's naturally pretty. Not to say I'm not saying anything, but she already has nice features. But when she puts her makeup on, you seem like a different person now. You're like you've transformed or something like that. Yeah. Anyway. Kimberly didn't get to vote in time. Yeah, no, adopt, don't shop. See, more proof, Bob, that my position reflects the majority opinion of vegans. That's weird. Farmed and dangerous. Your dog was given to a shelter because her first family had a baby and they thought she wouldn't be a good fit with babies, yet she loves kids. Wow. Well, their loss is your gain, right? You know? AJ, you never wear makeup. Yeah, Angie hardly ever does. Just puts on a little bit, you know, when she's going to make a video or take a picture. Most of the time, she's walking around the house, no makeup. And yeah, I don't mind. She looks great. But everyone can do as they want. Yeah, if you don't want to wear makeup like a lot of you guys do, totally cool. If you want to put a bunch on that, you know, pleases you, you know, I'm all about personal freedom. As long as you're not doing anything that's harming others, you know, it's legal, do it, you know, whatever. Life is short. Have fun, right? You know, as long as you're not harming people, breaking laws. Hello, hola, mi comunidad vegana. So, Johnny, what did you think about my assessment of military training there? Yeah, in the military, you need to be disciplined and strict. But the second you don't do that, people in the Army flip and get mad, kind of like a bipolar disorder. In uniform, you feel like a stricter person. I guess you have to follow strict lines of command and all that. Makes sense. Like I said, I wouldn't want our military going out and just kind of like, hey, maybe we should do this. No, I'm not going to listen to him. I'm doing that. No, it'd be chaos. And, you know, it has to be, you know, direct chain of command. People listen and follow, obey, do what they should be doing. Melissa Miller, I guess that's a consequence if you're right. If nobody ever bought pets, eventually there'd be no purebred dogs, all that stuff. That would probably take a long time. I'm just saying right now, there's so many animals being put to sleep, you know, euthanized, you know. We should really, you know, try to address those animals, I think. I mean, someone's always going to not care, right? Someone's not going to give a crap, and there's no way everyone will do what we're doing, obviously. I'm just saying, that's, as vegans, it's hard to reconcile the definitions of veganism with a practice that inherently, you know, is exploiting animals. And one could make the argument, it might be for some good that we have purebreds and all that. But anyway, my point is, though, right now there's so many animals that need rescue. Let's help them out. Let's help them from being killed rather than supporting breeders. And we'll worry about in the future what to do about purebred. It's going to take a long time, like I said, for there to be no more breeders. Like, people all around the world abandon breeders. That's just not going to happen anytime soon, for better or for worse. It's kind of like that argument, like, what would happen if everyone went vegan at the same time? There'd be all the cows let loose. That's not going to happen. And everyone's not going to go vegan at the same time, and everyone's not going to give up, like, you know, breeders at the same time. Let's see what Veg90 say. Melissa, animals are not here so they can do what you please with them. It's not their responsibility to make you feel better. Yeah, that's one way to put it for sure, Veg90. Yeah, the animals are not here for us to exploit. And when you raise an animal to be sold, or you know, it's not the same as a slaughterhouse, so it's to be killed, but it's still exploitation. You are deriving a benefit, a monetary, financial benefit for breeding animals. I mean, yeah, someone could say, I just do it for myself. Like, you just, like, what do you do? Eventually you'll have like 30 dogs or something like that, because the definition of veganism. Let's take a look.
Billions of insects.
Oops, I didn't mean to hit Piers Morgan. Let me hit the ding it. I'll get a drink there. Let's look at the definition of veganism here. Not the positions of health organizations, but it's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practical, and it's very possible to not have a purebred dog, all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. Again, breeding animals for profit is exploitation. You're raising a sentient being to sell it for profit, for money. You derive benefit. You're profiting off the life and body of an animal. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you have a full-bred dog or anything like that. I'm just saying this is the definition. I didn't make this up or anything like that. This is the Vegan Society's definition, and they clearly mention the word exploitation. This is one reason why I like it. If you're watching Vegan Lifting Logic, I love your content and all, but I think there are some huge pluses about this definition. Again, it's not perfect, but for you know, defining what veganism is and what kinds of things vegans are for or against, I think this does a pretty good job. Is it perfect? No, but it covers most of my bases that I need to cover on discussions here on this live stream and for my videos. So yeah, everyone have a drink. Hey Tracy, how's it going, Tracy? Thanks for being concerned about our rainstorm. It was crazier earlier today. I'm not hearing any rain right now, so I don't know what's going on. It was crazy when we went to Trader Joe's and got Fu Man Poo's picture that he sent us of him in front of a giant lobster. I mean, we thought all hell was going to break loose. Like, wind was blowing, tree branches down. It was crazy, and now it's pretty chill. But good to see you, Tracy. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about there, AJ and Farm to Dangerous, but I agree with you. Why can't people just accept when others simply don't agree with them? Exactly. I don't expect everyone to agree with me on every position. That'd be weird, but I am the cult leader, right? So maybe you should. No, just kidding. Why must everyone take everything so personally? Yeah, exactly. When I give you my opinions, I tell you, these are my opinions. When I show you facts, I'll show you this is science or whatever, it's beyond my opinion. This is something, that's beyond me. But usually I'm making my argument. And if you disagree with it, you have every right to, and don't dislike me if your opinion's different from mine or from someone else's. That's what a lot of people, I think, are having trouble with in this digital age here online, where there's all these different opinions, and a lot of people think if someone's opinion is different, you have to hate them. It's like carnivores. They think, oh, I have to hate vegans because their opinions are totally different from mine. And there's vegans that think they have to hate carnivores because their opinions are totally different. Like, no, you don't have to. You can disagree with them. You can think they're totally weird and misguided, but you don't have to hate them or anything like that, Farm to Dangerous. It's raining up in the mountains right now. Which mountains are you talking about, Farm to Dangerous? Are you out this way? Because I was reading how in the higher elevations and the desert here, I saw Palm Springs might get 2 or 3 inches of rain. That's what they get in a year. They're going to get that in a day. Yes, Uncle, I definitely got some banana bread at Trader Joe's. I risked life and limb to get the banana bread today. I went to the gym, came back, had breakfast, banana smoothie, and then quickly headed out to get to our P.O. box, drop off some orders, and get Farm to Dangerous's picture of him with the giant lobster, and then head to Trader Joe's and get a few goodies, a few little things that we needed. So Bob, you're back. Maybe you've been saying stuff about, okay, so you're the one that brought up this whole pets thing. Pets are a very touchy subject, especially dogs. No one wants to give up their beautiful purebred puppies. Makes veganism a hard sell. I think most vegan activists just ignore this issue. Smart. I mean, ignore what? I mean, again, Bob, let's look at the definition of veganism. A philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. And someone's going to have to do some huge mental gymnastics to produce a valid, convincing argument how breeding animals for profit is not a form of exploitation. It's not that vegans are weird. We are against all forms of cruelty and exploitation of animals and breeding animals into existence to slaughter them, like in the meat and dairy industries. Yeah, not cool. And breeding animals, remember, I agree with lifting vegan logic that animals should have basic human rights, and breeding an animal or bringing an animal into existence so you can exploit it is wrong. You're not acknowledging their inherent rights. So I guess Bob just doesn't care, But yeah, a consequence, Bob, you're absolutely right. A consequence of this would be eventually, sometime in the future, if everyone were to go vegan, and that's a huge if, Bob, if everyone were to go vegan, there may not be any purebred dogs. But I can't speak to everyone in the world. I can just speak to people that share my values. And my values are, why would I support a person who's exploiting animals when I could rescue an animal who's about to die? Why support someone who bred an animal into existence to profit off of that animal's body? Why would I support that when I can go save an animal whose life might be over if no one adopts it. It's, to me, it's a no-brainer. Why would I support an animal exploiter while not like adopt an animal who's about to be killed? There's, for me personally, I see there's no ambiguity there. It's a slam effing dunk. Vegan Days, great work, Ryan. Today I have vegan pineapple cocktail. I'm drinking cold water because of our heat wave. I got a bunch of ice cubes in here. Emily, you have 4 rescue dogs. Wow, 3 were purebreds who ended up in the shelter. You see, even these, precious purebreds end up in animal shelters all the time. If you really want a purebred, you can find a rescue dog who needs a home. So yeah, it was kind of a false dichotomy that, who was it brought up? Was it earlier? I forgot. Was it Melissa? Yeah, you can rescue a purebred dog. It's not like, but I guess her argument in Bob's would be, well, eventually there will be no more. No, that's if everyone in the world were vegan and they were, consistent with not exploiting animals. That's a huge ask. If everyone were vegan and we're consistent with like the definition of veganism, it's not going to happen. What Bob's proposing here is like, so it's a hard sell for veganism. Like, no, no, it's not a hard sell. I mean, if you already have a purebred dog, cool. And if you want one, go rescue a purebred dog. Bob's trying to make it sound like if you're vegan, you can never purchase or get or acquire a purebred dog. And that's complete nonsense. Purebred dogs are in need of being rescued as much as mixed dogs. The shelters don't, they don't, oh, here's a purebred dog. No, we can't help that dog out. Screw it, Bob Hill, but the end goal is to eliminate dogs. The end goal is to end all forms of cruelty and exploitation. Here's the thing, Bob. Your point, you would have a point if everyone were to go vegan. If everyone were to go vegan and were consistent with the definition of veganism, you might have a point, Bob, but that's not the real reality. I don't see that happening. I mean, I guess maybe vegans want that to happen, but I, for one, don't expect in my lifetime, or any of your guys' lifetimes for that matter, to have everyone in the world be vegan. I just don't think that's going to happen. So, I mean, what you're speaking of, Bob, is kind of like an alternate universe or a hypothetical thought experiment. I'm very reality-based. That's the kind of philosopher I am. I mean, I enjoy some thought experiments. They're fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they have no place or value, but I'm a very reality-oriented person. I'd like to talk about what happens in this world that I'm living in and you're living in, how it's going to affect us all, not some weird, bizarre, if everyone were to go vegan, what would happen? I mean, that's just a thought experiment. I mean, maybe some of you guys think, what kind of vegan activists would say not everyone's going to go vegan? It's just not going to happen. Really, I wish something like that could happen, but I just don't see that happen in my lifetime. I'm just being very real here. I could see the numbers of vegans growing, the percentages of us growing as they have been growing. Maybe one day we'll hit 10%, maybe one day we'll hit 25%, but I'm not giving up. I'm just saying everyone vegan, that's just kind of a big ask and a big thought experiment. Isn't that the goal of veganism? No, Bob, you don't know. The goal of veganism, a philosophy, a way of living seeks to exclude as far as possible all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. The goal of veganism is a personal thing, Bob. I can't make you go vegan. I can't make a country go vegan or a city or village go vegan. It's about what I do. So that's all there is to it. And it's, if you're vegan, it's what can you do? You're against cruelty and exploitation of animals. If you're not against cruelty and exploitation of animals, you wouldn't be vegan. So yes, I'm not too stoked on dog breeders, given that they're exploiting dogs' bodies. But you think that's totally cool. Bob's, a fan of dog breeders. He sees no ethical or moral problems of breeders exploiting dogs' bodies. The mothers in particular, who are forced to be impregnated probably way more than they should, and the sale of their bodies, the babies' bodies, for profit. I mean, I see a lot of ethical problems with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a whack dog argument, but Yeah, we don't want to see all dogs eliminated. The only way that would happen, Bob, is once again you're failing to acknowledge the necessary condition for that, Bob. The necessary condition, and once again, the necessary condition for Bob's fantasy becoming reality, which it won't be because it's not reality, is for everyone to go vegan. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, for F's sake, Grayman babies, huh? Can vegans breed their dogs? Well, I mean, if you're a vegan and you understand that at the core, at the essence of veganism is a stance against animal exploitation, you shouldn't be a dog breeder. Could a vegan breed a dog? Yeah, they could, but they would be hypocritical vegans and, going against what veganism stands for, animal cruelty and exploitation. I mean, being against those things. And don't breed with dogs, you sicko. But interesting discussion, Bob. I don't think we're going to make any more progress on this topic, so let's change. Like I said, the only way your point would have any reality is the necessary condition being met of like everyone going vegan and also being non-hypocritical, actually believing and following through in their life practices that it's wrong to exploit animals. That's the only way that Bob's fantasy of all dogs never existing again, whatever, no purebreds in the future, the far off future, that's the only way that would happen. Okay, so anyway, Tracy. I remember when Panda Express was rolling out their test of the vegan orange chicken, and I got it a bunch of times, like 4 or 5 times, and it was surprisingly good. And I just saw that, I think it was this week or last week, they rolled it out to all their 3,000 or whatever, all their Panda Express chains. The test market was first like 7 or 8 or 9 Panda Expresses, and then the second run was like 20 or 30, and then now the whole chain, it's good. I mean, it's a good stuff. It's made with Impossible, I think it was. It's an Impossible orange chicken. It's really good. I'm Chinese, if you hadn't noticed, 3/4 Chinese, and I've eaten a lot of orange chicken in my life, and that's a really good vegan orange chicken at Panda Express. This is the best vegan orange chicken I've ever had? No, but it's really good. It's surprisingly good, and I would eat it again in a heartbeat. Oh, your hubby picked it up for dinner tonight. Yeah, I like them. It got me to download the app, so I can just order it here, go pick it up. It'll be ready when I get there. It's not too far from here too. It's not that close. It's about maybe a 8-minute drive or something like that. Kind of going to the pizza place, but a different direction. And we got the pizza last week, guys. Thanks so much. After the last live stream, yeah, we did order for the first time in months the vegan. What's it called? The at Fourth Horseman, the vegan frailty pizza, named after a horror movie starring Matt McConaughey. All the pizzas there are named after horror movies. And so, what'd you think, Tracy? You enjoyed it and was happy to have the option. I usually just order veg and rice because our local Panda doesn't have any other good options except lo mein. Yeah, the noodles. Yeah, I like the noodles too. And they also have like a tofu eggplant thing, I think. Is that right? We would get that often too with the orange chicken. I think we get the orange chicken and figure out if we want to get maybe like 2 small, because you can get small, medium, or large. Just so we get the noodles and the tofu eggplant thing. The nearest Taco Bell is 40 miles from Mampu. Produce not pills. I need a mukbang. How about another cacao ceremony? I should do a cacao ceremony on an upcoming live stream, huh? I'll memorize. I'll try to commit to memory the David Wolf cacao center of the sun speech and perform a cacao ceremony. He looks like he's high on cocaine. Anyone think that when they see David Wolf give that chocolate is the center of the sun? And that his eyes, you see his eyes have this weird thing going on. I haven't seen in people unless they're like on speed or cocaine or something like that. He looks like he's totally coked out on that. Don't sue me, David Wolf. I'm just speculating. You know, I've tried coke before. I know what it's like. You know, you look like you're on cocaine when you do that center of the sun thing. Yeah, Casey Jones. She was just humming Casey Jones' Grateful Dead there, cocaine-related song. Well, Angie joined. Probably not. I don't think she has her makeup and stuff on right now. Peter Cunnington, you can get a Disney Plus now for $1.99, and they have the BTS concert film out now. Yeah, we just saw that offer yesterday. Yesterday was Disney Plus Day at Disneyland, and yeah, to coincide with that, they have $1.99 for a month. I think you have like a week or so, mid-September, to take advantage of that. Huh?
Still raining.
It is raining. I wasn't sure. I can't hear it in here. Okay, for who people are wondering, like Tracy, it's totally raining and still totally humid here. I think we know what Florida is like, guys, because for like the past several days, it's been like 99 for our high, and our overnight low is like 78, and humid the whole freaking time. Just walk out, this sheet of moisture hits you, and it's hot. It's like, oh man. So yeah, God brought Florida weather to us, and now it's raining. And thank God the winds are gone. I was telling him how scary it was. We went to Trader Joe's during the peak wind. Little did we know.
Yeah, branches flying around.
Peter, come in, Angie.
Nah.
She says, nah.
Sweaty.
Oh, Tracy, I heard about your AC going out. It's still 107 up there. Damn. And your AC, so how is that portable AC that your husband got you guys? Like I've seen them before. Is it the kind of thing where it's like it looks like a big kind of vacuum machine or something like that, and you stick a hose out the window? Let me know how that goes, because we don't have any AC in our kitchen, air conditioning. So I'm thinking about getting something like that so we can utilize our kitchen more during the heat waves, because we just get lazy and we just don't want to go in the kitchen. We'll order, or we'll just make something real quick, you know. So, you know, it makes cooking suck during the heat waves. Even though we can turn on AC in the room like this. This room's kind of soundproof too. That's why I'm not hearing the rain. I tried to, like, you know, get double panes on the windows here to, you know, make it more soundproof for audio. Sarah, you have your fireplace on right now. No, don't tell anyone in California that, please, Sarah. That's just going to make us completely jealous. Cooling off tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 82, which we'll take. You know, that's more seasonal. Let's see. AJ Vintage. Publix has great vegan chocolate cookies. Yeah, it's starting to be a lot easier to find vegan like snacks like that. At Trader Joe's, yeah, I was get tempted to get their chocolate chip cookies. I remember getting them a lot before I even went vegan, but I'm trying to stay away. I thought I looked on the back for the nutritional information, and it was a little higher in saturated fat than I would like. AJ Vintage, member for 4 months. Heck yeah. We'll ever make a Discord. I do have a Discord, actually, AJ Vintage. Isaac from Ask Yourself helped me set it up, and he was trying to help me work it into my live stream audio, but I've had trouble with it. I just don't know what to do with it, like how to promote it or what I should do with my Discord server. Like, let me know, like, if you have any ideas. It's just not my platform I have any like following on, and I don't know if it's worth building, and I'm not even sure what I should be doing on. So let me know if you have any ideas. But we do have a Discord server. I don't have the address handy right now. Hutchie4, you're late. Are we debunked yet? No, so far, veganism is surviving tonight. We're hanging on by a thread here, but I think we're going to get through tonight. I think veganism will last at least another week. It will get through tonight, I think, and we'll see how it survives next Friday. Wow, Dawn, you're going to England.
If anyone knows of good vegan restaurants in London, England, let me know. I am going there tomorrow.
Wow, Dawn. Well, I've never been to London, England. I'm sure some of you guys have, but I am pretty pretty familiar with it. I've seen people make vlogs there. I've looked it up on Happy Cow. And from what I can tell you, there's a boatload of vegan options in London. You should have no problem. If anyone has any recommendations, some go-to places that he must go to, let Don and us know if you have any favorites that you've been to or you've heard really good things about, because I couldn't name you a specific place, but I know that London, you shouldn't have too much trouble. I know London's a huge city, like, you know, geographically, square kilometer miles wise, so maybe not in every last area every bit. You know, I'm sure some areas might be a little tougher than others, but let them know. Oh, you going? You're going to get your Panda Express, Dr. Bear? Ah, thank you. Thanks for enjoying the live stream. And I wish you could send me some orange chicken there. I hope you got some of the orange chicken. Yeah, I thought someone might recommend Earthling Ed's place. Okay, yeah, that's the first thing that came out. I didn't even know where it was. I was assuming it was London. Bob, with veganism out of the way, it's time to debunk vegetarianism. What do you mean with veganism out of the way? How did veganism get debunked, Bob? Refresh me. If it happened on this live stream, I didn't see it. So Bob, if you debunked veganism, please restate your debunk so we can analyze it. Thanks, Atomic Vegan, for your weekly
cult membership dues.
Weekly cult membership dues. Yes, all vegan cult members. Here's the donation cup here, the little glass down there. So put your offerings into the cult leader here. Oh, Panda Express isn't in Canada. That's too bad. Oh, that sucks, Peter. I mean, it's not the best vegan orange chicken I ever had, but it's really good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 7 or 8. It's pretty good. You know, I thought Panda Express would be like a 5 or something at best. You know, it's pretty good. Teflon Don, do you understand what a simple steak a day would do for this man? You talking about me? Oh, what's wrong? What am I lacking from having, from being a vegan of 12 years, Teflon Don? Tell me, please, share, enlighten me, encourage, give me some information as to why I should start eating steak again. So I'll listen to you, Teflon Don. Please tell me what's going on here. How am I deficient or deteriorating or lacking? Am I physically unable to do things? Am I like unathletic? Am I sick? Or what's, tell me, please, Teflon Don. You have my attention. Please tell me what could I be able to do if I was eating steak? Let me know. So please start with your first point here, Teflon Don. Farmed and dangerous, so close to a debunk attempt free steak. Oh, okay. There are some in Canada, Peter, but none on Vancouver Island or even in British Columbia. That sucks because I know there's a big Chinese population. I mean, a sizable Chinese population in the Vancouver City area, I thought. Flying Fig, you're vegan going on 3 decades and it's awesome. I know, but according to Teflon Don, you should be like falling apart and stuff, right? This man. I like how you refer to me as this man. That's a good way. Yeah. Name that nutrient or whatever, Teflon Don. What is lacking? Like when I go to the gym, what would I be able to do at the gym that I can't do already? Just let me know. Teflon Don, you're just trolling us, brah. If you're going to come here and be a jerk, I'm just going to boot your ass out of here. One of my several moderators, 3 moderators, will boot your ass. I'm going to give you one last chance, Don. State your position. I don't know if you know what's going on here. I'm a trained philosopher. I have a degree in philosophy, PhD philosophy dropout after I graduated with my bachelor's. Anyway, we come here and present arguments. List your evidence. List reasons. If you're going to sit and go, oh, a steak a day. That was my hater impression there. Oh, a steak a day. That's him typing. If you're going to do that, that's just not going to cut it here. We present clear, concise arguments. We support them, our statements with evidence. So please share some evidence. Give us some something other than I eat steak. Okay, so please, if you can't do that, Uncle is gonna boot your ass out of here faster than you can type in steak. All right, so we're giving you the benefit of the doubt. Give us an argument. Are you able, Dawn? Do you have the mental ability to construct some kind of argument or present something to us rather than I eat steak? That's the hater voice. It's not as good as this one, but it's Dawn would like this. Dawn, what do you think of this?
Take that, vegans. The doctor said meat's healthy for me.
Take that, vegans. The doctor says meat's healthy for me. What do you think of that one, Don? Is that pretty good? Is that kind of like did me and That's Vegan Gains? Did we do a good impression of the anti-vegan hater voice? Oh, Teflon Don was double timed out. Oh, so we're picking on him right now and he can't even respond. Well, if you're timed out, Teflon Don, that's only 300 seconds, which is what, about 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. So anyway, you'll be back here in a second, Don, if you want to, and you can come back and present a clear, logical something rather than something resembling.
Take that, vegans. The doctor said meat's healthy for me.
ANCAP777, I saw you in my comments on one of my videos a couple days ago. You said last week I was banned for no reason, but I forgive you. ANCAP, if you were banned, you wouldn't be able to comment on my videos, let alone comment here in the live stream. So unless it was another account, this account definitely wasn't banned. So, I mean, just again, the fact that you can post a comment, you could have been timed out like Teflon Don for making dumb comments like,
take that, vegans. The doctor said meat's healthy for me.
But yeah, AJ Vince, I'm sure it was not for no reason. Again, let's take a look at what's going on here. You must have violated one of these rules here. I don't think you were spamming, number 2, but number 1, you may have violated be civil. You may have done a personal attack of some kind. You may have harassed me or someone in the live stream. I don't remember any racism or sexism or ageism last week. Or maybe when you were debunking veganism, you discussed more than one claim at a time. You just kept throwing poop on the walls, perhaps. These are the reasons that will get you timed out or banned. I can't think of any other thing that gets a person timed out or banned. These are them. There are you said there's no reason. No, I have 3 reasons here that can get a person timed out or banned. You must have violated one. We just don't ban someone for the hell of it, for fun or to be a jerk or something like that. So that's why I have really good moderators here who know what I expect out of you guys who are trying to debunk veganism or something like that. So ANCAP, do you want to try to debunk veganism again? And if so, again, let's look at the rules one more time. If you want to interact with me here, if in a sense of debunking veganism, I ask for very basic things. I'm not asking you to kiss my ass or anything like that. Just be civil. Speak to me like you would speak to someone like, say, in school, you know, not like one of your homies in the locker room or something like that, but if you're a teacher or something like that, you know, or a fellow student you want to be nice to, something like that. Just be cool. Don't be a jerk.
Cult initiation donation.
Hey Kimberly, thanks for the cult initiation donation. We can use it. We made no videos this week because of the heat wave. It's been tough, but thank you. That all helped, man. We got bills coming up. Let's see. Me Kimini.Vegana. It took me a long time to figure out what YouTube pages you were banned from, or blocked from rather. That's interesting, huh? Yeah, I don't think they give you a list. I think all you can do is you can try to make a comment and it won't take, right? It'll just like not do it. So wait, yeah, ANCAP, you want to debunk veganism? You saw the rules here. Please state your case. If you just came here to complain, you know, I feel sorry for you. Should I bring out the big violin or something like that? Cool, but just state what you want to say if you think you can debunk veganism. Yeah, Tracy the Vegan. Peter and I both whacked our wrenches. So is Teflon Don back? Let's see, because I see Jana saying something. Teflon Don. So he imagines himself to be Donald Trump. Does he know what Donald Trump means fart in English? Let's see. Is he back? Is Teflon Don back? He's the one that I said he needs to, let's see, present a argument rather than saying, eat meat. I must have missed him. His message got deleted. I guess he got kicked out. I remember we put him in timeout. And he said, Don, just use this as an opportunity to come back here and just not violate the rules. Interact with me in a civil manner, presenting, you know, something remotely resembling logic or critical thinking. Doesn't have to be perfect. I know not everyone studied it like I did. So just do something as best you can rather than something like...
Take that, vegans. The doctor says meat's healthy for me.
That is what not to do. That's a great example of what not to do here. Present logical arguments. Just don't say eating meat is great for you. That's not a debunking of veganism. So anyway, okay, ANCAP. Here's what ANCAP said. Your argument against veganism is, all right, let's put you on the poop wall here. Let's see how if he's debunked veganism, guys. Let's hold our breath. This might be it. ANCAP might have our number here. Veganism might get debunked right in front of our eyes here. So let's get rid of the rules and instead show ANCAP's debunking of veganism here. All right, so your argument against veganism is, here it is, because animals don't have notion of property, they don't have rights. You're saying animals don't understand, or animals cannot understand the concept of property. Is that what you're saying, ANCAP? Animals don't have the cognitive ability to comprehend what property is. So any sentient being, you're saying, that does not have the cognitive ability to comprehend what property is, that cognitive being does not have any rights. Do we understand you, ANCAP? Is that your argument? In order to you're saying, in order to have any rights whatsoever as a living sentient being, you must, the requirement, it's necessary to be able to understand what property means. Is that what he's saying? Humans have notion of property? What are you talking about? Not all humans have notion of property. You can find a baby, he or she wouldn't have any concept of property. I don't even know at what age a toddler or a child can comprehend what property is. So according to ANCAP's reasoning here, we can kill babies and children solely because they don't comprehend what property means. Is that what you're saying? But I know you're going to change you're going to move the goalpost now, but according to what you said here, a sentient being must be able to comprehend the concept, the abstract concept of property. And if that sentient being, he or she, is not able to understand what property means, we have the right to kill it because it has zero rights. Good one, ANCAP. So you just gave an argument for killing people who have lower cognitive abilities, people with lower IQs, people who are in a coma. People in comas have no rights because they can't conceive things, and babies and toddlers and stuff. So yeah, great. There you go. That's a good one. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Mew Community.Vegana says, go into a lion's territory and then we'll show you that they know exactly whose property it is. Vegan 1080p, that is the lamest argument I've ever heard. Yeah, that's one of them. You have to understand the concept of property, and if you don't, you have zero rights. Yeah, farmed and dangerous. Not just that, but what does the notion of property, let me just put his words back up again. What does the notion of property have to do with the right to not be killed and eaten? Exactly. So like I said, a baby probably has no concept of property, so we can kill and eat a baby because it doesn't have the cognitive skills or whatever to understand the concept of property. That is a new one, ANCAP. So no, you didn't debunk veganism. You just gave us an argument to eat and kill babies and people in comas. And Tracy says, and where does that put groups who have communal rights and don't believe in private property? Because it's what you're saying, I think, Tracy, is ANCAP's view is very kind of like Western civilization centric. Meaning, if you lived in some kind of maybe like a more tribal, like an old, like Native Americans of from the distant past, like a pre-Columbus contact, or maybe some tribes in the Amazon. They might not have a concept of property that we have. They may have some vague notion of like owning things, maybe, but not in the same way that our Western minds have developed. So that's very culture-centric attitude there. So we might be able to eat like a tribe member from the Amazon or something like that, perhaps. Anyway, Tracy the vegan. Yeah, have you seen a hungry kitten at a food bowl talk about understanding property? Mine. Yes, exactly. So they might not be able to comprehend property in the same way that a human brain can. But it doesn't mean that they don't have some notion of what property means. They might, maybe even like a chimpanzee or a bonobo might not understand property in the same way that a human being does. But I think they're cognitively advanced enough to have an understanding of that something is theirs. But how would you know? You can't ask it, can you? But that's a good one. That's a good one, ANCAP. You only talk with the host. That's your argument. You will defend. I just told you, ANCAP. What do you think about how the logical consequences of your argument means that we can apply the same reasoning to kill and eat babies or people in comas or people who have cognitive impairments, who aren't as say intelligent as ANCAP and others might be, who cannot comprehend what property is due to whatever cognitive impairments they might have. So you're saying basically you have to kind of have a certain IQ in order to have property rights, human or otherwise. And if you fall below that, we can eat the babies and we could eat the people who have cognitive impairments. That's what I'm hearing from your argument. That's what I'm showing you are the problems of your argument here. This is what follows. Your argument is so... I don't want to judge it. Your argument allows for complete freedom in eating babies. That's a horrible argument. If your argument concludes that it's, unintentionally, but it still concludes that it justifies eating babies, you have a pretty bad argument. Well, Fu-Man, that has not Fu-Man, what's that, ANCAP? I can take their property and there is not they can do. Well, that has taken away someone's property has absolutely no relationship to the ability of that creature to comprehend the concept of property. Taking away someone, you could take away a baby's property or an animal's property or an impaired human's property. So what? That doesn't mean that you can eat them or there's no connection with, or you know what I'm saying? I don't understand where your argument's going. And now he's blaming the viewers here. But I just showed you, ANCAP. What do you still haven't responded. The reasoning that you give here to eat animals, the ability to concept property, allows for us to eat mentally challenged people. It allows us to eat people in comas. It allows us to eat babies. What do you think about that, ANCAP? What do you think about how your argument here justifies eating babies because they are unable to comprehend property? Tell me more about how you're going to mentally gymnastic around that logical consequence of your argument. Yeah, Tracy's got it right. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. But we're being polite to you. Just your argument is so bad. I hate to put judgment on it, but it's so horrible because it concludes that, logical consequences that human baby eating is totally fine, or eating some person in the Amazon tribe who doesn't have contact with Western civilization, doesn't comprehend property like we do. We can eat that person too, probably. But anyway, the babies is, you could eat the babies for sure. Maybe baby and beyond babies, maybe up to maybe 3-4 years old. Maybe that's when they start understanding property. I'm not sure. But anyway, ANCAP, what do you think about that unintended but horrible, and I think deeply flawed, just fatally flawed logical consequence of your argument here, ANCAP, that we can eat babies? Fu Man Poo, I fought in your general direction, you English knickets. Larry Ian, ANCAP is back. He's back, all right. Yeah, ANCAP is back. Presenting an argument that gives moral justification for eating babies, since like animals, they might not have any or much of a concept of property as our more cognitively advanced minds have. So we'll let ANCAP try to do some mental gymnastics to work around that, what I see to be just a fatal problem with that argument. Any argument debunking veganism, which allows for eating babies, is not a debunking of veganism. Humans can have notion of property. They will have this notion later. You don't know this. A baby could a baby could suffer a mental injury. A baby could be born with a genetic condition that basically prevents cognitive development to reach the kind of maturity that you would expect. So no, there's no necessity that a baby will definitely necessarily have the cognitive skills to comprehend property. All sorts of things could happen to a baby that would. I'm not saying that these are normal things, but there's no necessity that a baby will grow up to be cognitively advanced. So now you're trying to say, well, they might have it in the future, so therefore don't eat the babies. Now, how about a person in a coma? Say like someone you know got in a coma and the doctor says, yeah, your brother, whatever, will never wake up from this coma. It's just physically impossible. The injuries that he or she sustained in whatever accident are so enormous that they will be in a coma the rest of their life. So they have no rights, so therefore we can eat them? Is that what you're saying? Because you said they have the capacity to later gain the cognitive ability to understand what property means. So say someone won't. They never will. The doctor said, or say a doctor said about this baby never will. They have a genetic defect, some kind of flaw, and they will never develop that. What about them? You going, foo? I guess this is a weird argument to entertain. This is your argument. You will defend it to the death? Well, you're going to defend it to the death of babies. So let me try to help your argument along, ANCAP. This is something I like to do for people that have bad arguments here. We'll help his argument. So basically what ANCAP, I think, wants to argue, instead of like this argument that allows for baby eating, I think he's trying to say animals are the property of humans. That's what you're saying. You're not even making an argument. You're making an assertion, almost an axiom. You're saying animals, for whatever reason that he doesn't want to give, and the reason he gave is pretty bad. He's saying whatever. He's trying to basically establish. The reason why he's saying this crazy thing, and to me it's crazy at least, not to say he's crazy, just this crazy notion that, you have to understand what property means in order to have rights. The reason why he's making this claim is to establish that animals have no rights. Right? That's all you're trying to say. You're just trying to basically argue for that animals have no rights. And this is your flimsy argument. Well, this is a pretty flimsy argument to argue that animals have no rights. But animals do have rights, ANCAP, and let me just kind of put you on hold right now. Okay, I'm going to put you in timeout, not to punish you, so don't get all inflamed or anything like that. Can one of the moderators do that? Can you guys put ANCAP on timeout, and I'll explain how animals have rights. All right, so ANCAP, everyone just listen up. If you don't understand that how all animals have rights, this is just one argument. There's many arguments that one can make that animals have rights, whether they are property or not. So, for instance, say you're out in the street. I've given this argument before, and you see someone walking their dog. All right, it's an animal. Doesn't have any rights. I'm going to go hit it over the head with a stick. And that's totally cool. But then someone like ANCAP will say, oh, no, you can't do that because that dog was the property of its owner who was walking it. Like, oh, okay, so if the dog is someone's property, okay, it has rights then. But if I find a stray dog, I can go beat it. So, and there's stray dogs, there's stray animals all over. So if I find a dog without an owner, then I could start hitting it with a stick. And that would be perfectly acceptable behavior, totally moral behavior to find it. As long as it has no collar, no tag, you scanned it, you have one little dog or pet scanner, RFID tags on Amazon, you get them for like $50. It checks out, there's no owner whatsoever. You can start beating it with the stick, you can hang it from a stick, you can do all sorts of gruesome things. No one's gonna, and you think that's totally cool, an animal has no rights, and to show you how that's a completely absurd notion, you will go to jail for that. Even in the United States, where animals don't have a lot of rights here, it's not like a vegan society or anything like that here. If you're on the street clubbing a dog to death and doing gruesome things to it, first of all, that's a sign of psychotic sicko behavior. I mean, people are going to trip. They're not going to sit there and go, what is that guy doing? Yeah, he's just clubbing a dog. oh, good for him. That dog has no owner. It's no one's property. That's cool. I give him thumbs up. No, people are going to call the cops. They're going to think you're a demented psychopath out in the street clubbing a dog to death. And why? Because animals have rights. Animals, whether they are someone's property or not, I'm talking about dogs here, don't deserve to be beaten up by some psychopath with a stick in the middle of the street. So right there, it shows that animals have rights. If they didn't, it wouldn't be a law. There wouldn't be a law sending you to jail, and society wouldn't view you as a sick psychopath for doing such, because you're breaking all sorts of moral, ethical norms there. But ANCAP, who's in timeout, that's why I have him in timeout, if he truly believed that animals have no rights, he would have to bite the bullet and swallow this notion that it's totally acceptable for him or me or any nut to go out in the street and beat dogs who are not apparently owned by someone, beat them with a stick and kill them. Maybe he'd even argue you can go into a rescue shelter, because they're not really anyone's property per se. They're going to be adopted out soon, but while they're still in the rescue shelter, you can go in there and start beating them with a stick because they're no one's property. Good night, Fu Man Poo, and thanks for your letter, Fu Man Poo. If you're still here, thanks for sending us a picture of you with a giant lobster. Thanks so much. It's finally cool to kind of put a sort of blurry face with you there, Fu Man. Okay. Well, hang on, my chat is kind of frozen here. 1 second, guys. Oh man, okay, I'm gonna have to do something a little different here. My chat is here's a free fresh chat button. Maybe this will fix it. All right, cool. I got it. So anyway, let me see what you guys are saying as I was going on that gruesome example about how even a dog who has no owner has rights. Let's see. Freaking 1080p. You got wrecked, ANCAP. Ryan, can you put Foo's picture on your IG? Yeah, I can scan that sucker in. Yeah, I'll scan his Xerox, so it's not going to be the most like crystal clear, sharp image of all time or anything like that. Oh, Brandon 392. Thanks for your super chat tip there, Brandon392. Hey, HHV, I would like to go vegan, but I like peanut butter. What's wrong with peanut butter? Let me know. I enjoy peanut butter. In fact, I've been eating pretty much exclusively peanut butter from those powders because I'm trying to reduce saturated fat content. Still has fat in it, just less fat and less saturated fat. But yeah, you can be vegan and have peanut butter. Let me know if you have an issue with what am I missing? Yeah, it's usually vegan, as Emily points out, huh? Marshall is ANCAP is remembering something from History 101, something about the Magna Carta, some vague memory of the professor talking about property or something. I know, it's really vague, huh? What's that? Flying Fig ANCAP doesn't understand basic reason or argument. I tried to strengthen his argument. All he's, like I said, really what he's trying to do is use this weird argument to establish what he wants to be a given, that animals are deserving of no rights. I've seen this tactic many times. That's why I'm helping his argument along. That's something an honest, good philosopher does. Okay, what else have I missed here? Yeah, Graven babies. Even gators have rights. Yeah, you're in Florida. You would know this, huh, Graven babies? You just can't go up and start killing gators, right? Would that land you in some kind of legal trouble, even in Florida, if you went up and start bashing, not that I wasn't trying to like say Florida is like lawless or anything like that, but Florida not known to be the most liberal, bastion in the world or something like that. Even gators are protected there, right? Yeah, see, everyone's saying peanut butter is vegan, huh? What is that, Peter? Peanut butter doesn't contain any actual butter, if that's what you're confused about. Yeah, maybe he's confused about that. Yeah, there's no butter. It's a, like there's plant milk. It's not really milk, you know, it's made out of plants. There's no butter. It's made out of nuts, you know, there's no animal product in there. Yeah, community, yeah, back to ANCAP. It's like saying, yeah, almost like saying if you don't pay taxes, you have no rights. Yeah, that's just, people arbitrarily pick some thing that you do or don't do or have or don't have. And if you don't meet that criteria, you have no rights. And this guy's ANCAPs is like, you have to have the mental capacity to comprehend the concept of property. So arbitrary. Hey, Diana, bananas, plant-based eating. Good to see you. Hey, have you been around fall dieting? I'm sorry if I didn't see you earlier on tonight. Hey, Willis donated $1. Why vegans drink water that is a fish's house? Law. Like, bro, we eat animals. 2 animals eat animals. What? I don't understand. Are you mocking? Are you joking like what Vegan Gains does here?
Take that, vegans. The doctor said meat's healthy for me.
Or are you being serious, Willis? I'm not understanding. There's like a typo in there. I don't fully comprehend your thought there. Vegans are drinking fish's house. Are you serious? Or are you joking? Do you guys know if Willis is serious or joking with that that super chat tip there? Why vegans drink water that is a fish's house law? Like, bro, we eat animals. 2 animals eat animals. FRONG. ANCAP, yeah, you're being civil and I'm being civil with you too. I just explained to you. I know what you're trying to do with that argument. Really, ANCAP, yes or no? Am I right or wrong? What you're trying to do is establish a principle that animals have no rights, right? That's what you're trying to say. They have no rights and they're therefore the property of humans or something like that. Are you trying to say something of the sort? Yeah, uncle. Yeah, not that long ago, actually, in this country's history, certain people weren't considered to have rights. So that's really scary. You know, I mean, I don't like this, like, trying to strip people or animals of their rights that they have. Blue Girl, what do you say to people who shame us and make fun of us for trying to be healthy? People always seek to make fun of me. Meanwhile, they're withering away law. Well, first of all, I want to point out to them that veganism is not a health movement. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Oh yeah, we got a drink. But yeah, like I said, some of us, a lot of us want to do it in a healthy way. I certainly do, but you don't have to be a healthy vegan. Just ask them, say first of all, being healthy has nothing to do with my being vegan. You could be a junk food vegan if you want. That's totally valid and fine. But I choose to be healthy, as many non-vegans do. There's all the people at the gym you see, most of them are not vegan. They're trying to be healthy. Like, what's wrong with trying to, like, you know, keep yourself looking well or functioning good or something like that? What's wrong with that? Why does that trigger them? That you made a personal decision for you to try to stay healthy. Why do they take issue with that? Are they fascists? Why are you not allowed to pursue what you want to do with your body? It's your body and your activities that you want to do. Why do they feel threatened by your personal decisions? I would ask them that. ANCAP, you gave an argument. Yeah, it wasn't an argument. Your argument was really to establish the point that you wanted the conclusion to be animals have no rights. They are people's property, right? That's what you're trying to do. What your argument doesn't establish that. But that's what you really want to do, right? ANCAP, you're really trying to establish that animals are people's property and have no rights. Yeah, he's throwing poop. So yeah, thanks for arguing that, ANCAP. I stated several times I think this the intractable fatal flaw with your argument that you gave us here, and I told you maybe how it could be strengthened, but it still fails on so many levels here. Again, let's look at the definition of veganism here. Does it say anything about rights or cognitive abilities? No, it doesn't say anything about that. It just says did my ding work? There it is. Just don't exploit animals. Don't exploit animals. They don't want to be exploited. They don't want to be killed. And who cares if you think they're smart or not? It's irrelevant what your opinion of an animal's intelligence or cognitive abilities are. You still have no right to exploit a human or an animal just because you think it's not as smart as you want it to be. So anyway, thanks for playing ANCAP. We discussed your argument, and we devoted plenty of time to it. I think more than it deserved. So let's move on. If you want to come back next week, because as I said on the what's that called? My rules here. Let's look at rule number 3. When trying to debunk veganism, I will discuss only one of your claims at a time. Don't bring up new claims. Don't throw poop on the walls. So yeah, we discussed your claim. And if you want to discuss another one next week, ANCAP, you can come back. All right, I'm not banning you. I think you were timed out, but just letting you know that we are moving on. We discussed your debunk of veganism, and let's look at it one more time. Animals don't have the notion of property, hence they have no rights. That just doesn't follow. That's not really an argument. It's just kind of a wish or a desire. If a being doesn't have a notion of property, they don't have any rights. That's not even an argument. It's just like saying an if-then. It's not like even an argument. It's an if-then statement. Anyway, cool. Thanks, ANCAP, and we will see you in the future, hopefully. No hard feelings, I hope. Don't take it too personally that people weren't excited and embracing of your argument. Okay? Or not even an argument, your if-then. Flying Fig, your opinion is that ANCAP needs to go to basic reason, logic, communication skills class. Open the mind back and forth. Yeah, that couldn't hurt because that really wasn't an argument. I appreciate the attempt. That's cool. I'll give you an A for that. Thanks for trying to present an argument. I appreciate that, but it's really an if-then statement. If a creature doesn't have sufficient cognitive abilities to understand the concept of property, then that creature has no rights. Like I said, you could apply that to babies. It could give us the justification to eat babies, eat people in comas, all sorts of wicked, dastardly, horrible, unethical, immoral things. You banned him, Uncle? Did you ban him or time him out? Because I don't know if he needed to be banned, Uncle. I think a timeout would have been more appropriate. In fact, you could unban him if you did and just time him out. And he knows to come back next week if he wants. I don't think he deserved a ban. He deserved a timeout because I just want him to understand we spent more than enough time addressing his if-then, and we need to move on. This is not the address ANCAP show or something like that. So if you could unban him and just time him out, and and then just so he can come back next week and try to debunk veganism using a different argument. Ace Jackson, how many fights have I been in? Why do you want to know? And why do you want to know that? Tell me how many fights you've been in. And how are we talking, like recently? Are we talking like when I was a kid or something? Because it's kind of not cool for like a guy in his 50s to be getting in a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like deviant behavior. Not to say it's totally acceptable when you're a teenager, but if you hear about this dude in his 50s, he gets in fights and stuff. Yeah, you kind of think like he's like a guy, a married dude getting in fights. Like, what the hell? I mean, I get into yelling fights with people sometimes, in my 50s, but not to the point where we're like throwing blows at each other. In fact, often in the basketball courts, I'll use my size to break up fights. When people get their eyes locked in each other, they want to punch each other. They don't care about the guy in between, which is me, and I don't mind. I'm big. I get in there and break it up, but I don't start fights. I actually try to diffuse the situation and stop people from fighting, and I'm willing to get injured in the process often. Yeah, Tracy, the vegan, fights, teenage boy munch. I mean, last time I got anything resembling a fight, physical fight, literally was in middle school, like in 8th grade, and I feel dumb about it. I was kind of like, I kind of got into something with a guy who was younger than me in 7th grade. I probably shouldn't have done that, in retrospect, but anyway, But yeah, I do defend myself. If someone's being a dick to me, like, I'm playing basketball or surfing, I'll speak right back. I'm not gonna get bullied by some asshole. But as far as fighting though, like, most people don't want to get in a fight with me anyway, typically, even though I'm a pretty boy, nice little haircut and stuff. I'm 6'4.5", and nearly 200 pounds. So that alone makes a lot of people not want to fight. But then there's people who think, oh, he's so big, I want to take him on. There's that too. There's two ways to look at it. But anyway, I'm saying my size is often a deterrent. Yeah, I'm a more of a pacifist. I want to like diffuse situations and not fight. But yeah, thanks for asking, Bob. If that's an important aspect in your lifestyle, the getting into frequent fights, that's cool. That's you. You do you. And I'm a 55-year-old man, married and Buddhist, and doesn't like fight people. But I will verbally get into it with people. I stand up for myself, but I don't like, throw blows at them. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, Graven Babies. A black guy from your ex. Ooh, sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate to hear. Peter, yes, Cobra Kai is out tonight, right? Yeah, season 5. I think Angie and I are going to watch an episode or two of Cobra Kai. That was one of our favorite shows of the recent few years. Yes, yeah, well-written show. My favorite character on Cobra Kai, Angie knows, is Johnny. And the favorite thing about Johnny, I love watching Johnny interact with technology, because he doesn't understand tech at all when he uses like a cell phone or a computer or an online app or something. It's just like, I love it. He's so technophobic or techno ignorant, and it's beautiful. Yeah, Lynn, I hope you socked him, or Graven Babies, as Lynn said, I hope you socked him too. But oh man, it's so hard to hear that, Graven. Oh no, there's already some cell phones. I think they know. I think the writers of Cobra Kai know that Johnny's just inability to use tech is, people love it, and I love that. Every time I see Johnny, I go, I hope he uses his tech, and it makes us laugh. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. What was that there for your super chat tip? Hey, Ryan, I think you and Angie are really sexy. Thank you. Hey, that's the compliment. You don't hear the word sexy thrown around to people that are like 54 and 55 years old. And I was wondering, you and your wife would like to make OnlyFans content with you. 10% of your OnlyFans revenue goes to buying carbon offsets. We all have our things that we feel comfortable sharing with the world, and something I've been sharing with the world since 1992 is my music. Love spirals downwards, love spirals, and collaborations with others. That's my way of sharing another aspect about something that's very deep and personal and meaningful to you guys, to the world, something that's just like, it's super important, and just, I can't even find the words to describe how, what music is for me. It's like life. So that's how, if you want to learn more about what we do, or like who we are as people and what we value and aesthetics and all that, love spirals downwards. That's, if in addition to what we do here in Happy Healthy Vegan, you see another side, a different side of us. It's not quite OnlyFans or anything like that. And I know the OnlyFans isn't only like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, sensual photos or erotic and stuff like that. I know people use it as a way to monetize just content like this, but typically, like, isn't like 99% of it not like that though, right? But anyway, good question. Uh-oh, you guys are giving some spoilers. Uh-oh. Did he say that this season, Community Dot, or a past one? Because, yeah, another thing that's funny about Johnny is his total unawareness of political correctness. That's a hard thing to write into a script without being offensive. And, I think they did a good job with that, with Johnny. First season, okay. Because he's just frozen in time. That's the essence of Johnny on Cobra Kai. He's frozen in 1980 something, before political correctness ever got coined, before there were any cell phones or, Facebook or anything like that. I love it. I love Johnny. He would really say that, Peter? Hey, again, if that's how Vegan Gains wants to share a different side of himself, totally cool. And anyway, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's not my thing. My thing is in addition to vegan activism, is my music production life. Flying Fig, my complexion looking extra glowy. It's probably just the lights. But I told you guys, I started putting on it's about 4 weeks ago, a SPF moisturizer. And when I've been going surfing a little bit more lately too, and I put on sunblock and stuff. But yeah, I put on a moisturizer with 30 or 20, something like that, SPF. Yeah, 30 SPF, and just kind of helps when I just go out and do errands and drive it around. Did I get proposition there, Sarah? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to interpret Lorraine's super chat tip there. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, me committing God. Yeah, Johnny insulted people with no PC thoughts in his head because he doesn't have a concept of PC. Just like, what was this dude? ANCAP, said like, animals have no concept of property. Well, Johnny has no concept of political correctness. Peter, I think you asked me about athletic greens before, and I hadn't heard of it. I think you explained it to me, but I forgot what it was since then. What, Hachi? Did he really say that we should kill carnivores in nature? What does that mean? Kill carnivores? Oh, you're talking about animals. Yeah, to give credit or to take some of the blame off Vegan Gains for that. That's not his original idea. That goes back, I believe. The big proponents of that are, and again, I'm not saying this to be offensive or throw shade. I'm just trying to state objective facts here. It goes back to Dr. Avi and Isaac from Ask Yourself, who I respect. I'm not knocking them. In fact, I had a private conversation with them about this whole thing. Because Vegan Gains wanted to debate me. I go, why talk to him? I'm just going to talk to the people who gave him this bizarre idea anyway. And I voiced some of the logical problems I found, or I should say the logical consequences, which I found to be really troublesome. Just like ANCAP's, the logical consequence of ANCAP's argument here, or his if-then, is that this principle he's deriving here, that if you don't have the capability to understand the concept of property, you have no rights. That a logical consequence of that is that you can eat babies, and a logical consequence of like you have like the whole killing the carnivorous animals. Well, the logical consequence of the principle that they derived to justify that, you could kill humans using that same justification. If a human is going to keep eating animals, you can kill it too, right? Because just the same as like a lion or an eagle is going to keep eating animals. If that gives you the moral right to justify killing it, what's the justify? Why not just kill my mom? My mom's never going to stop eating animals. Could Vegan Gains and Avi and them go and kill my mom? Because it's the same rationale. She's going to keep eating animals, and just like the eagle. Anyway, yeah. Now again, I'm not saying this with any disrespect, and it's a problem. It's a logical consequence. That's a problem for that position. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, Brandon. Thanks, Tracy, for letting Brandon392 know that not only is there vegan peanut butter out there, there's vegan candles. There's pretty much vegan anything out there now. Seriously, like if something you like is not vegan, someone's probably figured out a way to make it vegan. Yeah, Peter, back to that whole killing the carnivorous animals. Yeah, it stems from something known as a trolley problem, which is too much to get into right now. But yeah, they derive their principle that justifies killing animals and humans using a trolley problem. Yeah, Samuel, I let them know that their whole thing about killing all the eagles and lions and all that is just, it's not a good look for vegans for sure. It just makes us look really radical. Did I tell you this too? I actually made them put their money where their mouth is. I said, look, what if I find you guys a hunter or a hunting organization that pledges to kill only your animals? They're not going to hunt they're not going to hunt elephants and giraffes and rhinos. They're only going to kill the animals on your naughty list. Would you donate to them? Would you donate like 50 or $100 to support their efforts to kill the lions and tigers and other animals they dislike, you know, in Africa or wherever. And they wouldn't do it. So just the fact that they wouldn't support it, you know, financially says a lot right there. If they truly believe that was a great idea to kill the lions and tigers, I think why wouldn't you want to support an organization or individual that's going to be doing that? Not that I found someone who was going to do that, but if they said they would, I would have been looking for one. Hey, Grimmon babies, I should get going too. I've been on over 2 hours, and I'm getting pretty hungry now, huh? Sarah, Halloween is your mom's birthday. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think I know anyone. I don't know anyone with a Halloween birthday. Interesting. But good to see you, Graven babies, as always. Thanks, Tracy, for telling Blue Girl that there's no animal products in Beyond, any Beyond burgers or Beyond anything. It's all completely plant-based, and as someone was asserted earlier, there's no rubber in Beyond as well. No animal ingredients, no rubber ingredients. New Lord of the Rings show. No, I haven't seen that yet, but yeah, thanks for reminding me about Cobra Kai. Hey, Sean, are we doing anything for Halloween? No, we don't have any plans yet. I wonder if we can go to Disneyland that night. Let me just take a look here really quickly. That could be fun, maybe, if they'll let us in. I don't even know what day of the week it falls on. I hate their app. It always crashes and freezes, and you have to restart it. But yeah, maybe I'll go there. What are you guys going to do on Halloween? Let me know. A few years ago, we handed out stuff for Halloween. We decked our place out. We put my strobe light, made it cool, some skeleton pictures and stuff like that. Let's see. Let me see if I can even go on Halloween. Let me check it right now. Okay, one more thing here. Come, where's the calendar? Oh, here's a calendar. All right, one more button, click. September, October. Yeah, it's on a Monday. Maybe I'll go to Disneyland. Didn't even think about that. Maybe so. Blue Girl, thanks. You were just so concerned that like Beyond was calling it meat and just scaring you, but no. Yeah, there's no meat in there. Yeah, you can feel, rest assured, it's fully vegan product. In fact, the CEO is vegan. I've met him before, a few times, just briefly. He's really cool. Heidi, you have a fun dog costume parade in downtown Boston. Wow, that sounds cool. Or Star Crit, I'm with you. I might just watch scary movies all day, like Rosemary's Baby, stuff like that. Maybe we'll just kick it. What's for dinner? I don't know, AJ. I have no idea. Well, we're stocked up right now. Our fridge and pantry is full, so I don't know what we'll make tonight. It just depends how crazy hot the kitchen is. I told you we need to get an AC. I'll talk to you later in private, Tracy. Get the 411 on that portable air conditioner you got and see if it'll be something that we can use in our kitchen to make cooking in our kitchen during the hotter months more pleasant, because it sucks in our kitchen. Like, this room will be nice and all, but when we go in the kitchen, like, oh, it sucks in here. Yeah, Sage, we had fun. The one time we went to Disneyland on Halloween, we had a good time. In fact, it was a weird night. We passed out candy here and decked our house up, like I said, and then we cut it like at maybe 6:30 and headed straight to Disneyland. But they closed early, like at 8 or 9, so we got like maybe an hour and a half there, but still fun. Uncle, yeah, and the day, when we were kids, our people handed out apples and stuff like that for Halloween. But I remember, like, the principal's office at our school, like, the next day warned us, you shouldn't eat the apples. There might be some razor blades. We got some reports of that, and they're like, ugh, it sucks. You can't win. Uncle, you'd like to get a portable air... Yeah, you probably don't usually need one. You're in one of the more naturally air-conditioned spots in Southern California there with the natural... ocean breeze that we are kind of lacking here often in Long Beach. Yeah, we've met Vegan Zombie a bunch of times, Huffy. Yeah, Hutchie 4. Yeah, he's cool. Chris is a nice dude. Let's see. Yeah, party at Uncle's house, huh? Uncle, you got to make room for me and Angie and Tracy and her husband to come enjoy like nice, like 75-degree weather by the coast at Uncle's house. Oh man, yeah. Seriously, Uncle, I envy you living out there, man. If we could like somehow move our house to Long Beach or get a place near you, that would be a dream. But it's just, out of our price league. Unfortunately, it's a very desirable area out there. But it's great. I'm happy you live out there. It's just so nice. You guys get a nice coastal breeze there. It's pretty. Yeah, central AC. Yeah, we have mini splits. There's like a blower in 4 different rooms here, but unfortunately the kitchen is not covered. Thanks, Peter, for the invite to Victoria, a guest room you can sell for $25 a night. That'll be great, Peter. I'll let you know if we ever start doing major travels again. I really want to, because I want to go to Mexico. I want to visit my potential future home, and I really want to check out San Pancho, otherwise known as San Francisco, and Sayulita. It'll be 72 degrees next week. Let me see what Long Beach is going to be really quickly here. I don't think we're going to hit 72, unfortunately, but I know we're going to see some 70s next week. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have like 79, 78, stuff like that, 80. Yeah, not 72. You always get the nice ocean breeze that cools you down out there, Uncle. We'll just come out and visit you. We'll just come out and hang, enjoy your cool temps, and figure out a nice place to eat at. Hey, VLAM! Happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Look up at the sky tomorrow night. The full moon symbolizes reunion. Enjoy some vegan mooncakes if you can find some. I'll try. Yeah, well, we're stocked up. I don't think we have any mooncakes or anything. You live 2 minutes from the water, Peter. Well, that is nice. Yeah, we live less than a mile from the beach. I don't know about the water, but yeah, about 9/10 of a mile. I know that because I used to run from our house down to the beach bike path, and it's 9/10 of a mile. Heidi, 86 tomorrow here. Where are you at? Are you in California here with us, enjoying this horrible heat wave? Wow, Tracy, you had your Halloween candy x-rayed for needles and razor blades? Wow. That sounds fun, Sean. The pub you work at, you dress up in different costumes, themed costumes all week. That sounds fun. Oh, mooncakes. You're going to have, what is it, VLAM just talking about that? Have VLAM describe the mooncakes. Yes, Sarah. Who are we talking to there? Yeah, eggs and milk are definitely not vegan. Oh, wait, here. Blue Girl. AJ, do you eat eggs and milk? No. Anyone who's here is vegan, definitely. No eggs or milk, because eggs and milk, like animal meats, dead animal meat, is derived from exploiting animals and causing cruelty to animals. And what's your name there, Blue Girl? Let's look at the definition of veganism if you haven't been here before. Let's all have a drink. Definition of veganism. Here's what veganism is in so many words. It's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, I know it by heart, all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So yeah, we're basically, it says we're against all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. Don't exploit animals, don't be cruel to animals. And a lot of vegetarians don't fully realize they're against exploitation of cruelty to animals, but they're still consuming eggs and dairy. Like, I was like this too, and like I didn't know a long time ago that all the cruelty and exploitation and that's inherent in the dairy and egg industries. It's bad. I mean, especially dairy. There's so much death and cruelty in dairy. So anyway, yeah, that's why, if you truly are against cruelty and exploitation of animals, there's no way you could have dairy. Like, how can you say, okay, I'm not going to eat meat, but let's kill all those animals in dairy? I'm totally cool with that. See, I'm saying to be consistent in your veganism. I mean, your ethical stance against animal cruelty. How could you like be okay with cruelty for dairy, but against cruelty for making hamburgers? Hey, Tracy, thanks for being here as long as you could tonight. I'm going to get going soon, too, Tracy. I've been on 2 hours and 17 minutes. Decent live stream for sure. But yeah, thanks, Tracy. Good to see you. We'll talk about your AC. And I hope you're feeling better, and I hope you get your home's AC just all working fine as soon as you can. I'm sure all the AC, air conditioning repair people are just like working overtime right now. Yeah, AJ, yeah, when you found out that male baby chicks are ground up alive in the egg industry, beyond horrified. Yeah, male chicks, they're no use. Just grind them up, move on, make money, exploit the animals for money. Oh, good to see you too, Sage. I guess I should head out too. You know, I'm getting pretty hungry. Uncle, you're drinking water from half-frozen bottles right now? Let's see, Peter, are you worried about the rolling blackouts? All those people running their AC? Yeah, we've been notified every day from the electric company to try to conserve. And strangely, surprisingly, Californians came together. You know, we did what we needed to conserve. And as far as I knew, there weren't any rolling blackouts as were forecasted to happen. So kudos to all you Californians for doing your bit so we could keep the lights turned on and the ACs going. I just, you know, they made some, they didn't say turn your ACs off, but, you know, don't set it that cold. Put it like at 78. You know, if we all did that, you know, if that would keep us going, yeah, why not? So, yeah, we were concerned about that, Peter. Unfortunately, we seem to pull through on this horrible heat wave. So that's why I didn't make any videos this week, guys. Like I said, it's just hard to focus, you know, every day, like breaking heat records, and it just our whole rhythm of the day is thrown off when it's like, you know, hot like that. But anyway, hopefully I'll have some content for you next week. What did you guys give me ideas for? Yeah, Piers Morgan. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, send me that link again to that Piers Morgan video. I said it didn't show up on. I saw it earlier when I checked the page for this live stream, but when I went back, it was gone. So if you could send me that again, I'll definitely want to respond to Piers Morgan complaining about billions of animals.
Literally billions of insects get murdered.
Oh, thanks, Peter. You sent the link to Instagram, my inbox. Cool. I will check there because I need to make some more videos. And I have no excuse next week. And I'll try to get us a live stream for the channel members. I know I said that last week, but yeah, this week it's just crazy. You know, it was just too nuts with the heat and everything. And I'm not the only person. I know another vegan out here in Long Beach who makes content for like TikTok and other social media. She said she couldn't do anything either. Just dealing with the heat wave was just too much time and energy. Yeah, Sarah, doesn't suck being vegan for sure. Speaking of which, my bot didn't work at all tonight, so I got to try to figure that one out. Anyway, guys, yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks so much, and yeah, good night, all fellow cult members. Thanks for tuning in and joining your cult leader here to guide us through another week, saving the honor of veganism. It did not get debunked. We can just take a little sigh of relief there, take a deep breath, and know veganism will last at least another 7 days until next Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we can all gather back here. So see you guys. Thanks so much, Peter and Uncle and Tracy, who just left a second ago, for moderating so diligently, kicking out the trolls, timing them out, and just helping people answer some of their questions that I might not have seen or gotten to promptly, and providing great information. So thanks so much. Thanks to all our channel members, our happy fam. We really appreciate you. We love you guys. We love everyone. We love everyone who watches our channel, and all our long-term viewers like Sarah. You know, so thanks so much. And I will be back next week. So, and I'll get a video or two made for you. I'll try to make one this weekend, you know. I'll probably, maybe tomorrow I'll bust the Piers Morgan one out, get it to you for guys early next week. So thanks so much, guys. I guess I have no further announcements. I think, though, next Friday, Love Spirals is releasing a new song and video, a new song that's going to be out for, you know, you can stream it on all your streaming platforms on our Bandcamp. So we should have a new music video to release to you guys next Friday, because that's all edited too. So make sure you're following us on Love Spirals Official. If not, we'll make a link to it on the YouTube community tab, you know, on YouTube, so you can be aware of that. So in case you're not following Love Spirals Official on YouTube. Anyway, that's another musical release. We've been busy. So I'll be next Friday. We'll probably do it maybe an hour before the live stream. Maybe release the music video like at 4 or 5, then then live stream at 6 or something like that. So anyway, you'll see us next week for sure, whether you like it or not. We are back. Heat wave's gone. New music. Make a new video. And next week, 6 p.m., we will save veganism from debunking. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate you guys spending your Friday evenings with me here. It helps me out. And yeah, seriously, I don't get out much. I don't talk to a lot of people in my daily and weekly life. So even though I'm talking virtually, it still is good for me, my mental health. And hopefully it does something good for you guys too. I bet it does. Yeah, that's why you're coming back, and that's why I'm coming back. Hopefully we're all getting something positive out of this. And thanks so much, guys, for all your support, all the super chat tips, and just all the positivity that I experience on a weekly basis from you guys. I wish I had more people like you around me. I had more reason to go visit Uncle, just like, maybe like half an hour away from me here. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. And that's it, guys. So remember that doesn't suck being vegan. All right, bye, guys.